Oh, you ready? Do I have to come in to the show?
Yeah, we're here.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Collector's Quest. I'm Tyler here with Johnny. Johnny, what's going on?
You know, Tyler, it's time to just get right back to it. Life is happening again. We're going to do another episode. We're doing my episode with my understanding of the list. Not a lot has changed in the news because it's only been minutes since our previous recording. But Tyler, I'll just tell you a little bit about what happened over the last week because we didn't get to talk too much. My internet was bad and everything. But yeah, we got evacuated. That was cool. Have you ever been evacuated?
I have not. We don't have fires over here on the East Coast.
It's basically, these are California equivalent to like snow days. You got fire days out here. So the first thing that happened was they evacuated my house, but my son's school, which was near the fire, was not evacuated. And I got a message that they were going to shelter in place. And I was getting a call from the county saying like, you need to leave your house now and all this stuff. I was like, I'm going to go pick up my son. So I did that, and I got there, and there was like fire on the hill.
This fire was very close to your house looking at a map, like less than a mile.
Oh yeah. Like under, and there was houses that were like in serious danger. And the way the canyons come down is they come down in between the houses and come even closer. So yeah, it was like, I guess this could go bad, but the winds were favorable. And, but again, it was a lot of smoke, a lot of not knowing what's going on, finding out that fire apps don't update as quickly as you would want, fire spreading all over the place, a lot of not knowing. When you get evacuated, you probably should leave. We did not. Like, I was packed up and ready to go, like what I was going to take. Obviously I didn't take too much stuff. I was like, all right, well, if it's going to burn, I've always said if it's going to burn, it's going to burn. I'm not trying to fight for stuff. It's just stuff. Obviously things are expensive and worth money and you want to get out what you can. But, yeah, it was, it's just stressful. And at some point you're just like, I have so much stuff. If I'm thinking about what matters and what's valuable, I can't take all of it, which is kind of the perfect lead into when I was thinking about how I was going to do my list, how I would construct it. So yeah, I got to deal with no internet, my kid out of school for a week, and fire and smoky air, but things are back to normal. Everything is good for those who reached out. Thank you. Yeah, everything is going well here. Most people got out of this fire pretty unscathed, managed to keep it in the hills. And now I've got a list of 100 games for you, Tyler, unless you have something you would like to throw in, because I think I can do my list faster than yours, because you did too much.
Mine only took 3 hours to get through. Come on, Johnny. It's but no, the fire is really scary. You'd like, those hills are like right next to your house. That seems too stressful. As people, we are both collectors who have priceless artifacts in our house, or we'd like to think so. They're really just mass-produced garbage. I mean, the fact of like the idea of losing your house in general is terrible, but I have too much of my life tied up in these objects, I think, which is why we should cut it down to the 100 best things, Johnny.
Do you want to know? Are you at all curious what I packed?
Yeah, I thought that was going to be part of this episode. You're going to be like, yeah, and I threw that in a bag.
Oh, no. The video games I did not pack.
Well, cards are easier to pack and more valuable because they're cards.
Yeah. Well, I had the box ready to go, and I was like targeting stuff I would take. And a lot of it just became value based because some of the stuff was easier. Some stuff is easier to get. You're like, what am I going to grab? The Last of Us? It's $5. I'll go buy another first print Last of Us. Who gives a shit? Right. So like it becomes a question of space. So I started shaping my list a little bit around that idea. Like, okay, if you really could only take something, if you're not going to have anything ever again, that's a different story. But if you were able to rebuy it, it's a little bit different. I did pack all of my son's Pokemon cards. I packed my wife's expensive Harry Potter books, all of our first prints and stuff, the UK first prints. I grabbed my long box of comics that I got graded from like my childhood. Not even great comics, just ones I like. And that was it. And then like my paperwork, like our marriage license, social security cards, passports, things like that, all thrown into a box, credit cards, the cash that we have on hand, some silver, things like that. I was like, all right, these are actual money, so I'm going to take the actual currency out of the house, and that's pretty much how it went. But like, it was one car back full. I took my magic cube. That was like the
Of
other thing I
course.
took, like
The
my
vintage cube.
my 3 boxes of expensive magic cards, and that was it. My games were like on the wait list, but those were the things like I'm taking these last. No Legos were coming out, no Hot Toys, none of that stuff. It was just like, all right, here's the stuff. And I took the box. My wife was like, "Why are you taking this box?" I have this lunch pail. I don't know if you saw it last time you were here, but it's a Fight Club lunch pail, and it has been the thing that I put all of my Magic stuff in when I go to draft since I started playing Magic. So I was like, I need to take this because this thing's irreplaceable.
So I get it. I think your experience, you have like a ton of different collectibles, toys, games, books, cards, and you basically packed up the cards because they're easy. And I think that is a reason why trading cards are so much more valuable and convenient than a lot of other collectibles because you can actually move them and you can actually own them. I'm looking around like imagining if this room was burning down and I'm looking at like some of my shelves around me and like I've got some like graded games on a shelf up here and like some of them are okay. I don't know. I got a Gargoyles Quest 2, a Caltron 6 in 1, a GTA 3, and like all of them are so big and chunky that it's like I would just leave all that stuff. I wish I had some value in trading cards I could put into my car instead.
Yeah, it was, also when you got a pack and you're going to leave, every time you touch a video game, you pretty much damage it, right?
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, I don't want to throw these into a box. And if I'm throwing them into a box, something's going to get damaged, something is going to break. So it was just like, oh, fuck. I'm waiting till the last possible minute to have to do this. The fire better be like about to cross the street, not literal cross the street, but that close kind of for me to be like, all right, now I'm throwing stuff in. I've got 8 minutes to get all these games packed. And I'd been in my office. I scattered. I'm like, okay, kind of pulled them out so they'd be like grabbable. I'm like, all right. They're like ready to go if I need to start grabbing, like basically like a supermarket sweep kind of a thing, but in my own house, ruining my stuff. So that's how the packing went.
Hey guys, insure your collectibles, especially if
Yeah.
you own like a lot of collectibles.
Or just let it all burn and be free from the burden of physical
See,
objects.
that's the goal. Like I want to have it all insured and then my house can burn down and I'm free and I'm going to go live in the woods.
Here's your payout. Thank you for freeing me from myself. Here, I've paid off my house. I'm buying this house. Never contact me again.
Yes. I don't know. According to Jeremy Padawar, collectibles insurance works. That's got to be the biggest
Yeah.
case of collectibles insurance, the biggest major case, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't for video games, and that's the problem.
But Johnny, if
I
we
don't know.
could only keep 100 video games, might that be a Collector's Quest episode?
It sure would. So, Tyler, you did your list, and you condensed yours by saying, I'm only keeping 100 things, but also I can use all of my other stuff to fund the other best stuff. So I kind of want this great collection. And if I had the greatest 100 item collection, this is what it would look like. Correct?
That is somewhat correct. I don't think that by selling my entire video game collection, I could afford the 100 games I stated.
Okay. But you did have a lot of the stuff on that list. I mean, some of the stuff you put on there was like, oh, this is a $300,000 game.
Yeah. I have about 85%, and then I was like, and Nintendo World Championships Gold, because I could have whatever I want, and Gamma Attack.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I still think we should do like, not 100, but like, what are the 20 best objects you could possibly collect? That's to me still interesting. But I took this the different way. I said, okay, for my Billy Bookcase challenge, I can only keep 100 items from my collection. The rest of it kind of goes away. And I made my choices for that based on a couple of different things. Nostalgia, like if I played this, if I liked it, is it a favorite? And then is it valuable? Like if someone was looking at it. Also, like, some of the stuff you keep, like, this game is on my list. I don't really love this game, but I know it's like $2,000 or something. So I should probably save that, put it on my list, and then I can use that to fund a bunch of other dumb bullshit later.
No, you're stuck with this. These 100 games you're stuck with forever. That's part of the challenge.
Okay, well, and I think everything on this list represents me as a collector, like how I've collected over time.
Sure.
Some of it in the past, some of it now. So I like where I wound up, though I think a few things are questionable and should probably be moved off the list. Some were put on here strictly for monetary value. Some games, even though I invested tons of time in them, were not put on. So
I think there is the concept of collectability beyond your personal tastes. And even in my list, I had like things that were historically important that I don't personally care about. Like Pac-Man, I do not care about Pac-Man, but I think of the 100 most collectible things to me, I think a Pac-Man arcade machine would be on there because it's too important of a game, even though I don't care about it.
Yeah. I thought it was really weird you didn't put Pac-Man on your list.
Why do you keep saying that? Stop. That's a 2-week-old joke at this point. No one's going to understand that. We recorded 3 hours ago. To these people, it happened back in May.
Some people don't understand my dumb sense of humor. I will make these obviously wrong-headed jokes, and people are like, you said that it was wrong. It's like, I was joking. Part of it is I just am that way. I can't stop being this way, Tyler. I live this life. Are you ready for this list?
I'm ready. I'm going to fight you on every single one.
You are going to fight right from the get-go. The first two choices you're going to be so mad at. You're going to be so fucking mad. Do you know why? Because I put this list in system order. That's fine. Alphabetical. Not even by the year.
That's
just system.
That's whatever. Fine. System. So once we get past the system, I'll know to... Because you have all these sets, I'll give you shit.
Yes.
Because you didn't include Bug 2 for the Sega Saturn.
Yeah, and I did try to get one game from like every system I completed, though there was one system I left off intentionally.
Super Nintendo, we're just getting the full set. Pack it into that car.
So, all right, Tyler, starting off with the 32X.
Wait, it's in alphabetical order by system too?
Yeah.
Wait, why is there a 32X in the top 100 games you're saving a 32X game?
This
is already chaos. You haven't even set a game yet. This
game is so important to how you and I argue, because you have tried to tell me multiple times, because you quote some other guy who doesn't know anything just like us, that Spider-Man will not be remembered in some amount of time.
Correct.
So Amazing Spider-Man Web of Fire
years.
for the 32X is on my list.
Is that game even that valuable? I mean, it's like $1,000, right?
Yeah.
That is not like, I realize it could be in the top 100 most valuable games in your collection, but there's also it doesn't have to be the top 100 most valuable games in your collection. You could just get another Super Nintendo game. You don't have to do this.
I know I don't have to do this, but I was talking about what represents me as a collector. And the 32X, as I was going through, it was one of the first sets I recompleted. So, like, when I decided to go into Genesis and I was looking at the Sega Saturn, and I was like, oh, this Spider-Man game is cool. So, it's a little expensive. And I was able to, like, pretty much mostly one-shot most of the 32X. So I was like, yeah. And that was a moment because I had to decide to spend the money. Like, I was paying out for this game. This is very early on in my collecting. And I was like, I have to pay money for this. And I'm not going to play this game. This is like, and I was already okay with the idea of collecting things, but I was like, this is like really spending more than I want to, because I think I spent $100 on this game at the time. And
I don't hate this because this is a very collectible game in the grand scheme of games you could collect.
All right. You're going to hate this one. For the 3DS, Tyler, what game for the 3DS did I put on this list?
The Barbie game. No, all right.
The Barbie game is on here. Barbie Glam Pups. It is the set killer for the set, though I want to revisit whether that's actually true or not. Like with set killers, did any of that change? Has the mindset changed completely to eliminate the idea of even set killers, or do some still exist? But yeah, Barbie Glam Pups for the 3DS.
Okay, I don't hate this because now I see where a direction this list is heading in, and that you're going to have sort of the top collectible game from all your sets at a minimum, and I do think that can make a cool collection. So I don't hate Barbie Groom and Glam Pups. I do hate that it's like $2,000 or $3,000 or something.
Yeah, I think under 2 now.
Under 2, guys, affordable. Basically the same
Yeah.
price as Spider-Man.
All right, are you ready for my Atari games?
I'm so ready. You gave a teaser that there was more than one, I think.
Yeah. So Gremlins for the Atari 2600, which is a weird release. And I have a sealed copy of this. So like came out on the 5200. You can find that much more regular, but for the 2600, it was like released after. It's one of the last release games on the 2600. It's like this oddity on the 2600, and it's a Gremlins game. And I love me some Gremlins. So Gremlins made my list.
That's weird, but okay.
It's a weird. We'll get into the.
Is it
lore
like a
of
nostalgia
Gremlins
pick
one day.
mostly?
It's because it's an oddity on the Atari. In the world of oddities, this existing on the 2600 is weird. And the fact that I have one sealed and they just don't come up and they're pretty expensive, it's genuinely rare. You don't see them. Gremlins is a weird one.
What's this rarity rating on the Atari Age database? It's an R6, guys.
Okay. That's Atari Age says that?
That's what Atari Age says.
All right. Halloween.
So, all right, this doesn't count because you have a repro of Halloween.
No, I have the real Halloween.
You have a real Halloween? What are you talking about? When did you
Yeah.
get a real Halloween?
Like 3 years ago?
Oh, shit. I forgot about
Yeah.
that. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
keeping Halloween.
Yeah. Okay.
That's an obvious one.
Yeah.
That would be high up there, even on like my list of just like coolest things I think you could own. I think Halloween's awesome.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of good Atari stuff.
So, strictly a nostalgia pick for me is Haunted House, because it was such a formative game for me. And I want to, like, if I was looking at a shelf and I saw other Atari games and I didn't see Haunted House, I would be mad at myself. So Haunted House had to earn a place.
I think Haunted House has a place in the canon of the history of horror and survival horror games. I don't think it's a pure nostalgia pick. I think it will be a game that shows up in the textbooks, at least as a mention.
Oh yeah, look, and it's part of my whole collecting experience and everything I do. So it's an important game to me, but I also have nostalgia for it. So it's all part of the package. Yeah. Another game I have great nostalgia for, even if you might say the first one might be more important. This Activision title, little known, Pitfall 2, made my list.
You put Pitfall 2 over Pitfall? That's a little crazy, but I mean,
well, Pitfall.
Sure.
Look, I played Pitfall 1, and I played Jungle Hunt, and I played Congo Bongo, and I liked all those games, these like kind of jungle style adventure games. But Pitfall 2, when I played that, something clicked in my brain about what video games could be. And that's because Pitfall 2 took us beyond what video games were kind of at the time. These wide scrolling levels going down instead of just going straight across. What a crazy game. And like showing you, your dog right there at the beginning. You're like, oh shit, this is my goal. And just such an interesting design. And it locked me in a way that other games didn't at the time. Combat is a nostalgia pick that did not make my list, unfortunately.
It's so funny that in 2026, we're sitting here talking about like, oh yeah, Combat on Atari 2600 might make my list of the 100 games I would collect, when it's stereotypically in like the 90s and 2000s the most common dog shit worthless game ever. And I think it has gone beyond that because you like don't even see Atari games anymore, but it used to be like you couldn't even sell a copy of Combat for $0.25.
I mean, I still don't think you can, but again, this is a nostalgia thing. So it was one of the first games I ever played.
Yeah.
But I couldn't take all of the games that were just nostalgic, especially on the Atari. The last one is Texas Chainsaw Massacre because I wanted to keep the set together.
And you have a real copy of that too?
I do.
Why do I think you're like a bullshit collector over here? You have a Halloween and a Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Goddamn. Johnny's like an Atari, like, we should be worshiping him. He's Atari royalty over here.
Thanks, guys. I don't accept any crowns. No more kings. Is that a thing people say?
I don't think so. I think you were trying to make a political joke.
Was that? I don't know. I don't follow
Just
politics.
don't even try. You're too old for this.
Okay, I know. I like old games, and I am old. So here we go. Hey, Game Boy is next up. Are you ready for some Game Boy?
I'm ready. It's gonna be Kid Dracula.
It's not. Castlevania Legends actually makes my list. So I like to have all my Castlevanias. I know you don't agree with it.
100 games though. There's already some expensive games at the top of Game Boy.
I know. I know. But this is also a Castlevania. And again, it sits in between the two worlds of like me trying to have my Halloween stuff, and me trying to keep some of my expensive games, and it's Castlevania. So yeah, Castlevania Legends made it.
So, all right, I know we're talking about your personal games, but I'm still going to poke you on value on this. What's a Castlevania Legends worth now?
1,500 or something? 1,000?
And
something
so
like that?
this
I
is
don't know.
how much Castlevania do we have on this list? All right, I'm going to poke. Is Castlevania Legends considered a top tier Game Boy game?
I don't know. It used to be when I was collecting. How much is...
No, I mean the
Castlevania
actual
Legends?
gameplay, though.
Oh, no. It's not even a good game.
Okay.
It was
All right.
considered a little bit weird, a little off the beaten path. I would like to replay it and see how I still feel about it. But when I played it, I was always like, but also I don't love Game Boy games. And I was playing it on an actual Game Boy. I should probably have played it on a Game Boy player to see how I really feel about it.
Do you ever feel like you're cheating when you do that? I beat the Castlevania Adventure on a Game Boy player, but like the final boss in that game is like kind of hard. And I feel like I wouldn't have been able to do it on a Game Boy. I definitely wouldn't have been able to do it on like a Game Boy DMG with the green screen.
Yeah, but that's because everything else around you is bad, not because the game is actually hard. Like, the game is hard, right? But you're just like being handcuffed as well. Like,
Yeah.
play a hard game, but also put
But-
your thumb in finger traps. Oh, okay.
But am I cheating by playing on a Game Boy player? Because I'm kind of getting past some technical limitations here. Is it like using a turbo controller where I'm having a hardware advantage?
Because you aren't really modifying. Like, you still have buttons, you still have a D-pad. You're just giving them more space.
All right, I'm gonna criticize you if there are better Castlevania games missing from this list, though.
Oh yeah, there's definitely going to be stuff that you're going to hate here. Kid Dracula, as you noted, was on my list, and that was where I stopped for Game Boy games. And there's a lot
so
of
you
Game
do
Boy
have Kid
games.
Dracula. So this is just a Castlevania list at this point.
Yeah, that was. Look, and now we go to Game Boy Advance. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Pokemon Fire Red. Why? Do you know why?
Oh, it's because the Pokemon Fire Red hacks are among the most interesting, such as Radical Red, which is a difficulty hack of Fire Red that includes all the Pokemon, and it's a very good hack of Pokemon.
Yeah, no, it's because this is the first Pokemon game that I ever played, and it is currently happening, and I'm playing it with my son.
The first one you ever played this year.
Yeah, this year. But it is also has the distinction of being the first Pokemon game I ever bought for my wife, and I bought her a GBA at the same time because she wanted Pokemon Fire Red. So
We have to talk
that's
about the
some
collecting,
lore
Johnny.
for
So
you.
if I'm buying a Pokemon Fire Red, what's the first print to buy?
Okay, well, Tyler, you know there's a bunch of different variations. I don't know exactly what to tell you for what is exactly the right print, but make sure you have the one with the adapter in the corner, that you're not getting a player's choice of that. Just get the one that comes with the little Game Boy adapter in it, and make sure it's nice, and the prints will figure themselves out. Like if you got that one,
I
you're good.
disagree. I think Pokemon
Yeah.
is too nitpicky to say that.
I would say, but I think you're going to be fine if you have just the adapter.
I don't think you are, because I don't think the first print of any Pokemon game is rare. So I think you should go and get them. There's so many freaking misprints. Pokemon Blue has a misprint. Pokemon Crystal has a misprint. And Pokemon Fire Red has a misprint. The back of the box, there's a place where it says adapter, and it's misspelled as adapter.
Adaptar.
Yeah, and that is the one you got at fucking Midwest Gaming Classic. You scammed a seller. We talked about
I
that.
did not scam
You
him.
literally scammed him in front of his boss. You were like,
How
"Hey,
did
can
I
we
scam-
swap? Could I just
no,
swap
no,
those
I
two
did not-
boxes and you get the same price?"
I did not say that. I didn't say that at all. You are mistelling this story. That did not happen. That is not real.
Okay,
I just sat
so
there
here,
in silence and stared at him. That's all I did. Okay, Tyler and I are at the Midwest Gaming Classic, and we're looking at this box of way too many Pokemon Emeralds, and I'm haggling a deal for him. I'm getting him, what'd I get you, $100 off that box or something?
Yeah, something like that.
And he's like, oh, I got these Fire Red boxes. I was looking, I was like, I would kind of like one of these with the adapter in it, especially since I'm playing it with my son. And I'm looking at it, and you were like, hey, the adapter error. These are the two you should pick from. I was like, okay. And I was like, do I just buy it? This box has a crease in it. And I just sat there and I looked at him. He's like, oh, what are you thinking? I'm like, well, this one's got a crease. This one's nice. I'm just kind of, if I'm going to spend this much money. And he goes, well, we can swap the box. I said, okay.
So
that's it.
He was this. What was it? It was an empty box and a complete in box version of the game, right?
It was not empty. It had the adapter and all the paperwork in it.
Okay, so it was basically a complete version of the game and a version that just was only missing the game. It had everything other than the game.
Yeah.
But
correct.
The one that was priced higher was the first print, and it was like 9 out of 10. It was it 10 out of 10? It was like the nicest copy of Pokemon Fire Red I'd ever seen, because so many copies of Pokemon games are fucked up. And he offered to swap it, and then as you were paying him the cash, like, his boss got mad at him, like, what the fuck do you mean you swapped the game? That was priced higher because it was so much nicer.
Yeah. But they also made out like bandits on that whole lot, so like they weren't losing much. So I don't really feel bad about it.
So this vendor, they had like 50 boxes of Pokemon Emerald from a rental store that like took them all out of the box and then flattened the boxes. So they were all flattened, but they were all nice condition copies of Pokemon Emerald, which, as you know, is the millennial collectible game of all time, $1,000 video game for a Pokemon game. Not Pokemon Blue, not Pokemon Red, it's Pokemon Emerald.
Yep, Emerald. Big box Emerald. A little bit more. But yeah, anyways, that's how I got a Fire Red. So that's the story there.
Yeah, as you were looking, after he said that, I'm like, no, wait, let me buy this one too. I was really jealous of that deal. He basically got a mint Fire Red for charting price.
Yeah, and I did offer to you. I'm like, if you want it, Tyler, I did say you could take it.
No, you already got me the Emerald.
But I did say you could take it. I just want to see for people to see how I value things.
Yes.
All right. GBA. Are you ready for my extensive GBA list? I have so many GBA games.
All right, here we go.
That's it. Ready for a Game Boy Color?
Out of every GBA game, Pokemon Fire Red's the only one.
The only one. And I wanted all the Castlevanias on there, but just so many. I would want all three, and so I couldn't take any.
I understand that. But just to be clear, you would consider Game Boy Advance one of the best consoles ever made, right?
I love Game Boy Advance, yeah, and I'm only taking one game.
And how do you feel about the Pokemon games?
I feel like it's a mediocre RPG at this point.
All right, great. So of the best one of the best consoles ever made, we took one mediocre RPG. Awesome.
Yep.
Let's move on
and I'm
to
okay
Game Boy
with
Color.
Yep. So this is number 16 on my list. 16? Yeah. 16. Shantae for the Game Boy Color.
I've heard of that one.
Yep.
I heard we gave it some shit on the show back when Matt Bozon listened to the show.
Whoops. Sorry, Matt. Hey, it's a long, enduring series, and I don't know why this reached the top of Game Boy Color the way it did. I mean, there's other games up there too, but Shantae, I think, is the one that people see and know.
I kind of understand why it reached the top of Game Boy Color. It's because Game Boy Color sucks, and that's a very good game for the Game Boy Color.
Other game I took for the Game Boy Color, second game, is I took Wendy Every Which Way.
We're going way forward with this list.
Yep, I kept these two way forward champions on there. Originally, my list also had Pocky and Rocky and Becky for GBA, and Aria of Sorrow, but I pushed them out at the end.
I don't know how I feel about edging out Aria of Sorrow for Wendy Every Which Way, which I feel is like a pure collector pick, but it's obviously less than Shantae in terms of prestige.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. But again, the Aria of Sorrow is because I wanted all three of them, and I couldn't pick, so I was like, I just don't want any of them, because it would just be a reminder that I like not having any of them is fine, but just having one, I don't know, felt like it hurt a little more.
So hold on. I'm thinking of like the top game in each set. And for Game Boy Color, Is the top Game Boy Color game complete in box? Is it Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Duel Stories with the 3 cards that can sell for crazy money?
That's for Game Boy Color. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So why is Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Duel Stories not on your list?
Because I don't own that with the right 3 cards.
Oh, you got the
I don't have like
cards?
the Blue Eyes White Dragon and Dark Magician and whatever the other one is. I forget.
Yeah, I don't remember either. I just know they're like 3 super iconic cards, which seems like a really dumb thing to include for free with a video game, but I guess we were still new in the trading card game scene at that point.
Yeah, or maybe that's just how it should be done, and then people love those games and they're always valuable. You ever think of that?
Well, that would devalue the cards, Johnny. If they just reprinted cards over and over, that would devalue the cards. Something that has never happened in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Hobby.
Oh, yeah. They are not notoriously known for constantly reprinting or anything.
Guys, the joke is that Yu-Gi-Oh! Reprints everything.
Everything, constantly. You ready for number 19 on my list, Tyler? Blockbuster World Championship card for the Sega Genesis.
I was going to ask you, did you throw this into your car, or were video games just completely not a thing?
That was one of the first things readied.
Yeah, all right. We got Blockbuster World Championships. Yeah. I kind of maybe forgot about it on my list because I don't think about Sega very much. I think it could have squeaked its way onto my top 100 list.
I think you could have forced a couple of things out.
This is the top 100 games ever. Explain what the Blockbuster World Championships card is. We can't just gloss past every game here.
Sure. Well, I feel like we've talked about the Blockbuster World Championship.
Not everyone listens to every episode. I've been listening to a lot of finance podcasts, and they just say the same shit in every fucking podcast. I think that's how podcasts are supposed to be. Everyone just wants to recap the things that they already know, and they want to hear about it again.
Okay, so it's actually the Blockbuster World Championships 2. This was going along in parallel with Donkey Kong, the Donkey Kong competition card in Star Fox. Or no, it's just Donkey Kong at Blockbusters. And you could compete on Super Nintendo or Genesis. And, oh my God, why can't I remember the games this has on? It has NBA Hang Time, Punisher, and what else?
I think it's Judge Dredd and NBA Jam.
Judge Dredd. Is it Hang Time or... Maybe it is.
It says it on the card. You could just go grab it. It's behind you.
Okay, hold on. Let me go just get it. I can't remember. I was like in the mindset that it was like they got the worst version, so they got Hang Time instead of Jam, but they did get Jam, Tournament Edition, and Judge Dredd. So, and these were supposedly all supposed to be recalled and destroyed back to Acclaim for parts, and that did not happen. So... yeah, this thing was out there in the world and people were competing, and some of them got out, and we know that like 10 or so exist, and this says promotional use only, not for resale, and mine's kind of a cruddy copy, but I own it and I love it, and it's one of my favorite items.
Where'd you actually get this? You've had this forever.
Some guy on eBay, and I negotiated with him, and we closed it outside of eBay.
Man.
Broke the
deal.
TLS. So, next on my Genesis list, are you ready?
Better not be Musha.
So it is Crusader of Senti is on my list, especially because it's a cardboard box game, and that's important to my lore as a collector, how hard I worked on the cardboard box list. So Crusader of Senti is next on my Genesis list.
All right.
Also on my Sega Genesis list, Punisher with Tattoo.
No, this is a stupid pick. What are you talking about? 100 games, Punisher?
This is of my games, and here is why. Because what is a thing that I like to do when I collect? I like to collect games with stupid things inside of them, don't I?
You sure do.
What is dumber than the Punisher tattoo?
A fruit roll-up inside of Gunstar Heroes.
But I don't have a fruit roll-up.
You must have a stupider thing than a tattoo. There's a lot of stupid things that get packed in with video games.
But it's also a combination of, this is also kind of expensive. This is like $500 or so, $600. So, if we're going to save one of these things and I'm going to put it up on my shelf, I
Guys,
feel like
don't
that
pay
represents
$500
me.
for a Punisher with the tattoo. It's not worth it.
The other item that Genesis or Genesis adjacent is Outback Joey.
I'm going to give you the whole console. I'm going to say you can have the entire Heartbeat personal trainer.
Yeah, because that's the box. So, and I have a complete copy.
I think we have too much Genesis stuff. But I think
Maybe.
Blockbuster World Championships and Outback Joey's good. I think Crusader Ascenti, like Outback Joey's such a weird outlier. Yeah, we can have Crusader Ascenti. I think Punisher might be pushing it a little bit far.
Okay. Well, you're going to hate these next two picks.
Oh boy. We have more Genesis games?
Just two more.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think on my entire list I only had Mortal Kombat and Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. Well, this is crazy, and I understand. But Shining Force and Shining Force 2 are on my list. These are just personal choices.
Both? You need both of them?
So I like here's the problem. I don't like to have incomplete sets. This is why I told you.
No, did we get Shining Force 3 on here too?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
And but I have reasons built into all of these. So Shining Force 1, I've told the story where I was at my aunt's house up in Northern California, and we rented it from Blockbuster, and I played it for a little while, and it was New Year's, and I think it was New Year's. Yeah, it was New Year's. Yeah, it was New Year's. And I went back to play it, and it was after playing for like an hour, checking out what this game was, and I didn't own a Genesis, but my aunt and my cousins had it, so I was really excited to play a new RPG because I loved RPGs, and the save battery didn't work, Tyler, and I'd played for an hour and none of that was saved. So what I decided to do was I said, well, I just play all the way through. All right. Okay. I wonder if I can beat it. I only have 2 days before we have to return this thing. So, and I told my family what my intent was. And they lived in a place where this is on like the living room TV, and there's like a little upstairs TV. And I was, they set me up upstairs because they didn't want to occupy the whole living room TV, but also it didn't matter because the living room TV, you didn't have cable out there, so you couldn't watch anything. So it was irrelevant, but they just didn't want me clogging up space in the middle of the living room. Fair. And it became this thing where, Tyler, I didn't sleep. I just stayed up all night and I was playing this game, trying to beat it. I was up for over 24 hours playing this, and my cousins were watching, and then like my aunts were watching, and I was like weirdly being cheered on to complete this game. And I did before we had to return it. So, yeah, that was crazy. And so Shining Force, I have a real visceral memory of this game. But I like Shining Force 2 better, and I don't like not having the set. So I was very excited when Shining Force 2 came out. Remember going to my aunt's again, renting that when I found out it was out. Actually, the first time I went there, because we would go there like once a month, and it was like a 2-hour drive to our house, because we were going from Nevada up to Northern California. And the first time the Blockbuster didn't have it in, and I was super disappointed. And then like a month later, they did, and I beat Shining Force over the weekend. But I did not have to. And they changed to 5-day rentals, and we were there like for a summer week or something. So it wound up working out better because I did beat it, and I didn't have to. I didn't have to forego sleep or anything. I could just play it at my leisure.
All right. Well, that is a good memory. I'm concerned that 3% of the list is Shining Force games, but that's okay. It's your list, and you literally like Shining Force. Yeah, Best Shining game, Shining in the Darkness. What's
sure.
up?
All right. The next game I have on here, we've reached this weird one. This is a weird one. You are going to object to this, and I
am.
Just have.
To be clear, I can't see Johnny's list. I just know I'm going to object.
This is a Namco LCD. Am I still allowed? Are we still in the running?
This isn't really a video game, but I had a Minecraft gift card on my list, so okay.
Yeah, this is Splatterhouse LCD.
This must be rare or something. Did you spend like a long time searching for this?
Yeah, I did. I mean, you can find them, and it's just like I finally found a good deal on it, and I really like it. It's weird. This is purely one of the things that it's on my shelf, and I prominently see it every day when I come in, and I just like it. I just think it's a weird thing to own. Like, why does Splatterhouse have an LCD? Who cares? Like, Splatterhouse isn't even a good game. Sorry, guys. It's fine.
I agree with that, but I don't think everyone's going to agree with that.
And I just think it's so weird that and then kind of lends itself because it's just like a side-scrolling beat 'em up, and I don't know. I just I thought that was a cool anomaly.
I mean, all right, it's a quirky pick. You got to have stuff in your collection that no one else is going to have that makes you feel the best about your collection. Not that, I mean, comparison is the theft of joy, but when you're on the upper end of the comparison, it's like no one has this Splatterhouse LCD. I'm the best. So
Yeah, I mean,
it's the bringer of joy too.
yeah, true. All right, are you ready for an MSX game?
An MSX game. Oh, is it gonna be like Dead of the Brain or something? What do you got on MSX?
That's not. It's Castlevania.
Oh, okay.
Because it's cool. Looks cool. That's
So
all.
wait, I need a refresher on the difference between Castlevania on MSX versus X68000.
Well, so this is pretty interchangeable. I would have accepted either one of these. I just put MSX because there's Vampire Killer and it's a smaller box. So I was like, I could kind of trim down how much space I'm going by going with the Vampire Killer, which is the European version, a little more uncommon, a little more expensive, but maybe a little less cool looking. MSX does not do side scrolling as well. It's objectively a worse Castlevania, better sound, but just a worse Castlevania than if you had it on the on the Famicom or NES.
So the MSX2 game is Vampire Killer. It came out essentially at the same time as the NES game. And then the X68000 version is Castlevania Chronicles.
Yeah.
So there we go.
So, but I like the European one. It comes in a little it's like a peach colored box, says Vampire Killer across it. I think it's cool that's called Vampire Killer written in English for some reason.
It's because it came out in Europe. They speak English there.
But I mean, they speak English in Japan too, just as much. So I don't like why just put it in whatever language you're going to put it in.
Vampire Killer is a cool fucking name for a video game.
It is a cool, and that's why I picked that one. Final Fantasy also for the MSX because Red got that for me. Read the game. One, I really like Final Fantasy, and it's my collection. Red went out and found this for me while he was hunting, and I really appreciate that. I have a nice memory in it, and I always wanted an MSX copy, and then finally got one, and it was a good price, and I look at it just about every day, and I'm happy to see it, and I like it on my shelf. I think it stands out, and I think it's a really cool version of Final Fantasy to own.
It is.
It might be the coolest version of Final Fantasy to own, actually.
To be clear, do you have other Final Fantasy on this list?
Yep.
All right. So it's a tall box. It's technically cropped, the art from the Famicom version, but it still looks really good because it's such a much bigger box than the Famicom version.
It's cool. It's just a cool looking I also have the one, it's not on my list, but I have like the WonderSwan color version. I own a bunch of different Final Fantasies. I like Final Fantasy. Did you know that, Tyler? I think I've said it multiple times.
Have you ever done a run with one thief and that's it?
No, that sounds terrible. Did you watch that guy's videos too, or did I send them to you?
No, I just know that people do stupid things with Final Fantasy.
Yeah, gross. All right. We ready for N64?
Oh boy.
Got a lot.
Your favorite console?
Got a lot of N64. Got a lot of, it isn't my favorite console to play, but I really did enjoy collecting for the N64. I still enjoy collecting weird things for the N64. So, and that's part of it because this was like a deal for me. Big Box Rampage is on my list. I feel like this is probably if I had to cut one out of my N64 list, it would be Big Box Rampage with the plushie.
You think this will be the first to be cut? Because I think this is a pretty top tier N64 thing.
I understand that, but there's just things personally that I like better on this list. There's 3 more items on here.
Yeah, keep going. I'm wait. So to be clear, this was like a certain retailers had this copy of Rampage too.
People say it was a Walmart exclusive. I don't know if that's true. There's 3 different plushes you can get.
So they're like keychain plushies that were in the box. It's like a big box, almost like StarCraft 64, or Star Fox 64, but bigger than that.
Not to be confused, because there are other Rampage plushes that were like pre-orders, like I think at EB. But these those are like bigger plushes, or that you could just buy around the same time of the release. People try to pawn those off. It is a keychain specific release. So if you're in that world, then and this is, I don't know, $1,000 or something.
I think I saw the keychain alone at Midwest this year for $500. One of the keychains.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, I would have bought that. I think I would have bought that just to have another keychain. Yeah, Big Box Tarzan, just a cool, interesting N64 release. This, this is like one of those dumb memories I have because people were talking about it and like, has anyone ever seen one of these? And I was like, do you guys mean this box? And I like pulled it out and they're like, yeah, where did you get that? And like, I got it, I think from like a lot of games that I bought, and I thought it was a display box, so I almost threw it out like 4 times.
Yeah, I was about to give you shit for this because I don't think a Big Box Tarzan is that cool until I remembered this story that you just told. And I get the personal attachment to being like, oh, I'm the one who showed people that this exists.
Yeah, like people knew it existed before, but like, yeah, just have it like randomly having the box. Like, let me go out to my shed where that box of these boxes are. That's literally what happened.
Yeah, I've got that flattened in my closet to save room.
So it was flattened. I had taken the Tarzan box out and the toys out, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck this is. Like, is this like, I guess like, is this like supposed to be a display where these toys sold with it? I thought it was like a counter display for GameStop. Gauntlet with the figure, because I think this thing is super cool. I love Gauntlet with the figure. Also, I went through this whole thing on Nintendo Age back in the day where there was this guy trying to scam people by putting other figures in the box and saying they were there. And me and Joan Bone at the time proved that like, nope, it is just the warrior. It is this one only. Get out of here, you liar. Don't know why this guy was trying to like lie about it, but he was convinced. And what happened is, so this game, this Gauntlet, you can also buy on the Dreamcast and PlayStation, and you could mail away for other pewter figures. There was these pewter figure packs that you could go get. You can still find them occasionally on eBay. And so people kept finding the Gauntlet box, not sure which figure was supposed to go in it. So they would, and the Warrior, obviously, because it was only with this release, was harder to find. So they would jam whatever one they found in there and be like, look, it's complete with the figure. And then that was just not true.
So to be clear, this is Gauntlet Legends, right? And there's a little plastic window on the box that shows off the figure.
The pewter figurine. And pewter figurines are just like peak collectability. Man, if you weren't alive in the 80s and 90s to see pewter collectibles, you missed out.
Dude, I don't even know what happened. As a kid, I was into like medieval stuff as a kid. Because I was like a fantasy nerd and stuff. And I just had all these like pewter wizards, pewter knights, pewter like kings. Where did they come from? I don't even know.
I don't know. And like somebody knew what they were doing because as a kid, I was like, these are fucking awesome.
They were,
so cool.
Dude.
I want more dragons and wizards, please.
And maybe that's why I got into Warhammer. It's like, what? There's like a whole hobby of just painting like these little metal dudes. This is awesome. This is the best hobby ever.
Yeah. These things are made of real lead, right? Great.
There was so I see this Gauntlet Legends box. It's bigger than a regular N64 box. It's a little wider, right?
Nope.
No, not at all. They just cut out a piece.
No. Yep, it's just a cutout.
Okay. So I saw one of these boxes at Midwest, and I feel like I see them a lot without the figure. And I was gonna ask, like, how the hell did this guy get a copy without the figure to start scamming people? But I mean, I think I've seen it mostly without the figure, so it makes sense that he was able to get those.
Yep. And you could buy these little packs, and they come with like 5 figures in them, so you jam anything in there. And it says it's like a Gauntlet figure on the bottom. I have a couple of those packs sealed.
To be clear, the correct figure is a guy holding an axe above his head.
The Warrior.
The Warrior. He needs food badly.
He needs food badly, yeah. You got him. That's the guy.
Hold on,
last game.
Yep. This game just sold. Buy it now with the strategy guide and the correct figure. I'm looking at the condition. It looks like it's pretty good condition. Yeah, maybe a little bit fucked up. 1 week ago, how much do you think it went for?
$600.
Say $700.
Nice.
Isn't this more? I feel like this should be more. I don't know. There's not that much cool stuff in it.
I think this is a thing that I think is very cool, and it touches a very specific nerdy part of me. That is pewter figurines.
Okay. Oh, it's got a huge coffee stain on the inside of the box. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Yeah, it's probably like, I mean, if you want one, it's got the figure, like you're doing it. Last game on my list, and this is strictly because it's Zelda, and you know I love me some Zelda. It's Ocarina of Time, because I just think it's an important game, and like, look, I don't think it's the best Zelda game. We talked about it in your episode. This is not the best Zelda game. I've never even ranked it as the best Zelda game. I like Link to the Past better, But again, like a lot of these games on my list come with a dumb story. Ocarina of Time, I got to the end and I was fighting Ganon and we had a power surge and it completely wiped my save file. And I did not have the stomach to go back through Zelda Ocarina of Time after that for 15 years or 16 years or something. So I didn't beat Ocarina of Time until like the 2000s, but I was going to beat him. And yeah, I was just so mad. I just never went back to it. So this game is like a very specific memory for me as well. And it's a Zelda game, so it made it.
You talked about how you lost your save like an hour or so of progress in Shining Force. And for the majority of my life, if that had happened to me, I would have given up on the game forever. Like an hour of progress loss, like forget about it. And these days, I am so willing to replay games. I could delete my save file in anything. I could delete my fucking RuneScape account, which has like months, like straight months of progress, and just be like, oh, well, I'm better at the game now. I could do that again better. Me and Ada, we started over our latest Factorio save after like 700 hours. We're just like, yeah, we're not doing that good. We could probably just redo this better. Just threw out 700 hours of progress.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yep.
All right, Tyler, are you ready to go into the biggest portion of my list? It's too many games and you will object to a lot of this heavily.
Oh, so it's after N64, so is it NES?
It sure is.
All right, good. I mean, that's the console.
It is the console, but there are definitely problems here,
okay.
Right? And you will notice them immediately because we start off with Castlevania 1, Tyler.
That's on my list.
Castlevania. I know. But you will notice the problem here because I also have Castlevania 2 and 3 on my list.
You're too much of a completionist. This is your set collecting mentality. It's okay to not have Castlevania 2. I think it's even okay to not have Castlevania 3.
I like Castlevania 2 a lot, though. That's the other thing is like, I like the weird, so the one part I was able to make cuts, I will tell you the one game I was able to make cuts for, and you will laugh because you'll probably disagree with the one.
You're going to have Mario 1 and 3 and be like, fuck Mario 2.
No, I like Mario 2 a lot. And Mario 2 and 3, you are correct. Mario 2 and 3 did not make my list.
Okay. That's fine. All right, keep going. All right, Castlevania 1, 2, and 3. Castlevania, you got the hang tab you want. Simon's Quest just has a circle seal instead of an oval seal, right?
Yep. And Castlevania, you probably want the one that says like win a trip to Transylvania on it with the splash on it.
There are people who go back and forth on that for some reason.
Yeah, because the box art is cool and it looks way better without that stupid splash on it.
Yeah. So to be clear, we're talking about Castlevania 3. There's a contest promo on the first print of the game, and then later prints don't have the contest promo, but you can see more of the box art.
But make sure you have the contest insert inside if you do have the contest promo.
Yep.
Okay. All right, Tyler, here you will get mad some more. Hey, Dragon Warrior, that's on your list too, right?
That's on my list. No, you're not putting Dragon Warrior 1, 2, 3, and 4 on this list.
I am.
That's such a big chunk of the list. Does Dragon Warrior 3 really need to be on this list?
I thought I could maybe because Dragon Warrior 2, again, I have a weird specific memory from a very bad time where I was playing Dragon Warrior 2. Dragon Warrior 3, I was like, maybe I could cut it, but Dragon Warrior 3, story-wise, now I like a lot more. So I'm like, could I cut it? But I love Dragon Warrior 4, and I couldn't have, it was either have Dragon Warrior 1 only, and then not have the rest of them, or have all of them, and I couldn't decide, and I panicked because I was coming up against the time crunch.
Oh my goodness.
Like literally, I should probably cut 2, 3, and 4 off and put other things in here. But when I made the list, I was panicking, and I just put them all in there.
According to friend of the show, Jason Graves, Dragon Warrior 5 is the best one of the entire series. You're going to tell me you don't have Dragon Warrior 5 in addition to all this?
I do have Dragon Warrior 5, but that's Super Famicom, and I don't have it on my list because I don't have the nostalgia for that. And when I played it on a newer console, and so it just didn't matter as much.
I've got to keep notes. All right, so the next thing that's obviously missing, we're complaining that you put 4 Dragon Warrior games on here.
Yeah. Like I don't have a Halo, okay, and I don't have Mario 3. Mario 3 is objectively more important than Dragon Warrior 2, 3, and 4. I understand that. Like
it's true.
I could delete 3 of these games if I had to delete and correct. These are probably on the list. I'm marking them as yellow, which is caution, Johnny. You've made a mistake. Okay. Next game on the list, Final Fantasy.
It's on my list too.
Final Fantasy. And I don't feel like I need to justify that. A lot of visceral memories. Here's the story attached to this one. I'll just say it again. So I was a kid and it was my 11th birthday, I want to say. 11th or 10th. Can't remember exactly. But I talked my mom into buying this game for me for my birthday, and she was going to put it in the closet. And she bought it with a credit card at Sears, which meant that it was a stolen credit card, and she was just charging someone else's account, which is whatever. I didn't care. I was getting Final Fantasy. And what I did is I opened the bottom of the box, which is why I love that Mario so much, and I took Final Fantasy out of it. And I put in a different game and slid it back into the box. And I was playing it like 2 weeks before my birthday with
So
this
this
buddy of mine named Josh. Like I took it over to his house, and me and this guy Josh Schramm were playing this Final Fantasy all night long. We were just jamming Final Fantasy.
Johnny.
So
I would have never done that. I would have felt guilt. I would have both felt guilt, and I would have been worried that my mom knew I was playing a game I wasn't supposed to play, as if my mom would know what Final Fantasy looks like compared to all the other games I play.
well, I didn't play it at my house. I didn't play it anywhere.
Yeah, I know you didn't, but you probably just could have. And like, what's she gonna know?
No, my family is nosy. They asked a lot of questions. This is a weird one. But
Wait, Johnny, in terms of collecting Final Fantasy, we didn't talk about this in the last show, but there is a variant, and it's on I think it's on the warranty text on the side of the box. We're talking like variants nobody cares about. So
Yeah.
The only difference is that one says USA and Canada, and the other one has another line that says USA, Canada, and Mexico. And the USA and Canada one is the earlier print, if you really care. They're equally rare. It's not like an exciting first print.
There's also another cool variant that comes out of Canada. Well, there's two. There's the Mattel stamped one, and then there's the one with the red banner on it across the top. Late print Final Fantasy.
Whoa. And those Canadian ones were stickers sealed. Test market, baby. 1986 first print.
Yeah. No, I think Final Fantasy, you would love it, Tyler. It's black with a red banner. It looks evil.
It's just like Digit Press, man.
Yeah.
That joke's a callback.
Yeah, it is. All right.
Wait, Johnny, I just want to say you need to get a sealed Final Fantasy, because I know you love Final Fantasy, and it's one of these games, kind of like Super Metroid, where I feel like its prominence is not equal to its price. Like, Final Fantasy, to be clear, is a common sealed game in the grand scheme of sealed games. But like rarity should not matter in terms of importance, but it does for Final Fantasy, and it does not command huge prices.
It does not. It's one that's been on my list. It's always like, should I spend like this money on it? I don't know. But it is. It's a very important game to me. So I wouldn't mind having one encapsulated, protected, and then just literally being the dumbest shelf candy around. This one you're not gonna guess, Tyler, but it comes after F.
Gotcha.
Maybe you will guess
the
it.
sport.
No, it's a movie game, so I do like that, but that's not what we're talking about.
Friday the 13th.
No, but good guess.
Dude, that should be on the list. That's a cool game.
It is a cool game made by Rare.
Right. What do you got?
Gyromite Big Box.
All right. It was probably in the realm of consideration when I was making my list, but it was nowhere near to making the cut.
It's just like, well, I own one too. That's part of it. It's just like old man bullshit. It's really representative of the Nintendo age era of collecting. Like, oh, you got a Gyromite Big Box,
Dude,
and it's such a weird
standalone Rob to go with it. Damn. I might let you have the standalone Rob to go with that Gyromite Big Box, and you can count that as one entry, because those guys obviously go together.
They go together, and mine are on the shelf together, right by my deluxe set.
That's like getting the pre-order bonus for WoW with your WoW Collector's Edition.
Yeah.
All right.
You feel like if you have one, if you want one, you want both. That is
Yeah.
like clear.
If you have only one or the other, you're like, oh man, this fucking shelf, or more likely the top of this shelf because it doesn't fit on a shelf.
Yep. Yeah, you're mad. This one's gonna be a weird one for you, and you're gonna object, and I'm gonna have to explain myself. Hogan's Alley.
No,
know
that's
you
a
hate it.
dumb pick. You need to explain yourself.
Okay. Well, Hogan's Alley can refer to multiple things, right? Because there's the FBI Tactical Training Town, which is called Hogan's Alley. It's also a historic Black community in Vancouver, a specific golf hole. Lots of video game stores are named that, some shooting ranges. I like this game. It's a gun game, and it's because it was one of the first games that I got for the Nintendo when I got it, and I got it with my dad. So, I played.
You're on thin ice. I just want to say, I get the nostalgia. We're still on thin ice with Hogan's Alley. I didn't put Subterranea and Blaster Master 2 on my list.
But my dad is dead. And this
you're gonna
is
pull out
a
that
memory.
card on me now.
Yeah, it's a memory I have with him specifically. And I always thought my whole life that the guy on the cover of Hogan's Alley looks like my dad. So
That's kind of funny.
he does look. I'll send you a picture of my dad, like of that era, and you'll be like, he does kind of look like that guy. And like, again, he's like a mobster. My dad is like an Italian guy named Iucci, like some mob ties in our family a long time ago.
That's a harmful stereotype.
Not anymore. But, well, we're Italians. It's not a stereotype. It was just true. What do you want me to say there? Yeah, my dad had dark hair that was always slicked back and a mustache and olive skin. Yes, also true. Yeah.
Johnny, my friend had one of those Famiclones. It was like the Power Player 3 or something. It was like an N64 shaped controller and the world's shittiest light gun. And it had a bunch of like Famicom games built in. And the only thing I ever wanted to play on that was Hogan's Alley. And I did not care about game modes 1 and 2. The only thing I wanted to play was shooting the barrels in Hogan's Alley. I thought that was so much
shooting
fun.
the barrels.
So much better than Duck Hunt. So much better.
Hogan's Alley and Wild Gunman were better games than Duck Hunt. I love a light game. My dad got me these light gun games. Why I have such an affinity for these light gun games. We would sit there and play Wild Gunman and Duck Hunt, but we liked Wild Gunman and Hogan's Alley better.
But you were a dumb kid. Well, actually, I think this is ambiguous in the manual because I tried to figure this out once, but I feel like the correct way to play Wild Gunman is to holster your gun and then take it out and then shoot, not just point it at the screen and shoot, because that's an unfair advantage.
No, in I think at the manual it says like you're supposed to have it down at your side and draw.
Yeah.
So like, because it says draw, and I would always draw. My dad would too.
Oh, okay. As a kid, I would always just point it at the screen. I'm like, this game's stupid. And then once I played it correctly, and I'm like, this game's still pretty stupid, but at least this is kind of fun. And they there's actually on the Famicom version, there is a holster that you could buy as an accessory, which is pretty cool.
Oh, interesting. I did not know they sold the holster. Actually, I think I have seen this thing now that you're mentioning it. But yeah, forgot about it.
Wild Gunman not on this list though, Johnny. You're not telling me Wild Gunman's a top 100 game in your collection.
Nope, neither is Duck Hunt. This is because my dad looks like the guy on the box. I always felt that way. It's a nice memory I have of my dad who has passed. So this I want on my shelf.
Okay. I understand that. Anyone who puts Duck Hunt on their list also come talk to me because we have some problems we got to work through.
Somehow. Look, I know the dog is funny. I get it. I get all the jokes, but you are one classically trained shirt away from being the most basic bitch collecting video games. Okay.
It is.
Just fucking stop it. I feel a little emotional
it's like
about
the
Hogan's
I'm so
Alley,
good at Mario Kart, like the current like, oh, I could kill you at Mario Kart. That's like I was so good at Duck Hunt back in the day. It's like, no, you weren't. You got past round 20 without missing a single one where the difficulty maxes out. Oh no, you just played 7 rounds and lost like a basic bitch. That's what I thought. You were not the best at Duck Hunt.
Okay, you ready? The Nest Parade continues.
Yeah, let's go.
Kid Icarus. I know you dislike this game.
Pick.
I look. I have a lot of nostalgia for Kid Icarus. I like it. It's here because I like it. Again, if we had to cut one, I could see, but I got me a nice Kid Icarus, and I like it a lot.
All right. Got to get a hang tab on that. I do not have a
It
hang
is a hang
tab.
tab.
I'm a basic bitch here. That was before
Yep,
I had
got me a hang
standards.
tab. There's not a lot to say about Kid Icarus. It's a franchise that they've tried to bring back, never really worked. Somehow has maintained its like its ability to stay in the public eye or the consciousness of Nintendo collectors, despite not really having a long running series. You have a Game Boy release, a 3DS release, you have like Smash Brothers trophies, and like the Eggplant Wizard was in Captain and the Game Master. What are we talking about here? I don't know, but Kid Icarus remained a thing.
I can't tell you why people on like Nintendo forums and like comment sections care about Kid Icarus. People are always like, "Oh, when are we gonna get Kid Icarus back?" I understand
I love
other
that
semi-dead
game.
franchises like F-Zero because every single F-Zero game is a certified banger.
F-Zero is a good game. But I loved Kid Icarus. I loved that game. Just, I don't know what to tell you.
I wasn't there when it came out. I looked at it from different eyes, and I realized I try to play games like understanding the context of a time, but in a world where I've played so many action platformers, it is hard to look at it and be like, oh, well, what if this was right after the Black Box era?
I will tell you, I do have it marked down as yellow, like as one I could like be convinced to remove, because I have other nostalgia picks in here. I have enough nostalgia, but it would be a game I would be like, oh man, maybe I don't have that. Here's one because I think it's important to collecting. Little Samson. You ever heard of this game?
Little Samson. Oh, that's the rarest NES game.
That one. I don't have Dino Peak on here, but I do have Little Samson because Little Samson, as we said, for so long was the bellwether, and it was just a game. It was so representative of collecting and like a weird spike that could happen. It is a collecting story unto itself, and it helps me understand what video game collecting is when I look at the history of collecting Little Samson. Not playing Little Samson, just owning it and like seeing what its value has done and how it's maintained and what it did and didn't do when the markets were different.
Yeah, Little Samson is an awesome pick. I think it is. It does have a piece in game collecting history as like a sort of hype game, and I do think it is genuinely an awesome game.
So
is Flintstones 2 more expensive than Little Samson?
I think it still is.
I don't know. I just feel like Little Samson is such more of a game that you would hype up owning over Flintstones. I don't know. Am I wrong about that? Who cares? Who the fuck cares about Flintstones 2? To be clear,
I don't.
Flintstones 2,
Dino
what
Peak?
Is it? Something Dino Peak? Why do I not? I was about to
Surprise
say
at
the
Dino
rescue
Peak?
at Dino Peak, but it's not that.
Surprise
Surprise at Dino Peak. Yes, I always call it Flintstones 2 because it is the second Flintstones game.
Yep. Though it is actually not titled Flintstones 2. We all call it Flintstones 2.
Yes.
All right. Mega Man, because
yes!
I feel like
we got Mega Man 1.
But like Mega Man 2 I like better, Mega Man 3 I like better, but I just put Mega Man 1, same thing, because I have the Dr. Wright error, and I just like, this fucking Mega Man, like I just feel like I don't want to have to answer anybody asking me where a Mega Man game is.
It's
Like, there it is,
collectible.
right there. Yeah.
It's got the cool
And
Captain
it's kind of-
Commando sticker on the front.
It does.
It's got
Mega
some of the
Man.
best box art ever. It's iconic.
I agree, but I don't love it. It's Mega Man.
I understand.
It's not a nostalgia pick. It is like a value, and this is a collector's pick, not a nostalgia pick at all. A nostalgia pick and also a history pick is Metroid, because it's Metroid.
It's on my list.
We talked about
Mega
it.
Man.
Yep. Here is
so hold on. Let me just say this as a collector thing. Like, I feel like Metroid is such a B tier franchise to collectors, and I don't know why, but I just know on the show when I'm just talking about like Nintendo games that will always have value, and I use the shorthand, like Mario, Zelda, Metroid games, but I should just say Mario, Zelda games, because who the fuck cares about Metroid games when you look at the prices compared to obviously Mario and Zelda?
Well, the question is, like, why don't you have a nice Metroid, like with a hang tab? Then you'd feel better about it.
I do have a nice Metroid.
With a hang tab?
I have a graded Metroid. Mine's an 8.5 up there, Johnny. That must
How
have been
much
like
would you say that's worth?
What's up?
Is it sealed?
No. What? You think I have a sealed Hang Tab Metroid?
I'm just asking. How much is it?
A sealed one?
No, how much do you think yours is worth?
Oh, I don't know, $300 or $400.
Okay. There's an 8.5 PSA right now on eBay for $550.
Yeah, there you go. Go get that one. See, the problem is with these graded ones is that they're all actually punched, and you could still get a really high grade with a punched hang tab. Oh, this one looks this one looks unpunched.
Nice. It's unpunched. It looks nice.
No, I can't tell, and when you can't tell, I feel like it is they're always punched. They're fucking always punched. It's such a scam. Why don't they mark that like this box looks nice, and that makes me think that the reason it got points off is an 8.0 box? Oh no, it is pretty fucked up. Just don't buy graded hang tabs.
Look, the other Metroids that are around that like have a hang tab, I think you could do worse than that one. But yeah. But if you've got a Metroid or you're looking to buy a Metroid, try to find one with a hang tab. And if you really want to make Tyler mad, go buy one in a yellow box. Classic series.
Don't buy that one. Guys, it's not worth it. You deserve more. The silver box is iconic. It's basically the black box.
Yep. And look, I got 2 silver box games on here.
You know, maybe
I got
twice as many as you need, but all right.
And Metroid. All right. So this next pick is for my Halloween stuff, and just because I think of this game fondly for how stupid I was. Monster in My Pocket.
Okay,
Tyler.
But, like, come on.
Because it comes with that dumb figure, and I was like, this thing comes in the middle of the show. I'm like, this thing comes with a figure. I didn't know that, and then, like, it says it right on the box, and I was like, what? And then I picked up the box. I was like, holy shit, it does say it right on the box. How did I miss this my whole life? And it makes me think of the muscle figures as well, which I always thought were cool. I like the green one myself, but you can pick whatever the 4 colors you want.
So it does come with one of 4 colored figures.
Green.
It is the Blemier figure, which is exclusive to this game, which did not come in the regular Monster in My Pocket series.
And it was never reprinted. There was like 4 Monster in My Pocket series, and they were very collectible. And this is a very collectible figure, even outside of just the game. People cannibalize it. Why it's hard to find is because they want it for their Monster in My Pocket set.
Yeah, and I think like Monster in My Pocket sealed is like, I don't know, $1,000 or $2,000, and I feel like with the figure inside it is like a decent part of that value in addition to just Monster in My Pocket sealed. So go get a sealed Monster in My Pocket for a couple $1,000, guys. Come on, it's a good deal. Also, this is like low key the first Pokemon game.
Kind of Monster in My Pocket monsters. All right,
hold on. I'm looking up what a sealed Monster in My Pocket costs. I want to make sure that I'm not lying to our people here.
I think 1,000, 2,000 in that range.
The last one sold for $3,700 for a 9.4 A plus just recently.
Oh
so.
God, there's currently like a CIB one, going for. They want $985 or best offer, and it is okay. Not great. So also, what you have been told about this game is that this game, the figure is packed in with where the styrofoam goes. So the styrofoam, it has a special piece of styrofoam that is cut to allow the figure to sit in the box.
That's pretty awesome. I love those styrofoam variants.
So this is a weird styrofoam variant. So if you are getting Monster in My Pocket, just know that you need all these little things for it to be just right. And yes, you can find Blemiers by themselves.
And the fact that this is a cool pack-in is the reason that you don't need Punisher on Sega Genesis on this list.
Fair enough. But I just think like of like representing the Genesis collection. It's like, okay. Let's see. Are there any Blemiers? There's an orange Blemier available right now on eBay for just $500, guys. $500. I need another Blemier. I have 2 green ones. I need to trade someone a green one for like a blue one. Someone hit me up if you got an extra Blemier laying around, or if you want a green one.
Blemier laying around.
I know.
Although the old Nintendo age guys who would collect all 4, man, that is some pretty good old man stuff if you had all 4 Blemiers.
Yeah. Here is a pick you are also going to object to, but it is a nostalgia pick, so you can fight me if you want. But Rygar, because this is one of those games where I think it's a weird spot. It just got ported to the Nintendo, and it was ported to other systems too, but they tried to redo what was in the arcade, and the Nintendo version is uniquely its own, and it is the best version of Rygar that you can find. I got to sit around at my grandparents' house and play this game in my uncle's bedroom. My dirty, gross uncle, his nickname was Dirty B, because he like dirty in every way, like physically dirty, mentally dirty. It was just dirty, Dirty B. And like them sitting around watching me play fucking Rygar and wondering if I was gonna make it through this game was just like a weird highlight for me. Yeah, it's just like one of those times you sit, like I have a lot of memories where I sit down and remember playing video games because they're a part of my whole life. But yeah, this Rygar one always makes me smile when I think about this. So you can find it, but there's also a cool collector's version. This is a hang tab, a non-Nintendo first party hang tab, which is cool. Go get that. That's the one you want.
All right.
And it has
I'm
a cool
skeptical
manual.
on a top 100 list, even though Rygar is a very cool game.
The manual is top tier manual though.
Why is the manual top tier?
You don't know what it says in it's a meme. I want to say it right.
Animalized men.
Wriggling eerily.
Yes. Okay. That is how they describe. That's the bestiary of the manual. Is animalized men.
Wriggling eerily. Just hilarious.
Guys, no AI was used in the production of this manual.
Yeah, fucking crazy. Man, Rygar was such a cool game. Again, I agree. Like anyone else's like if it was, but again, this is all out of their collection. I don't think this is even the best. Like in the top Nintendo games. Yes, I can pick out other games that I think are better games, but again, nostalgia wise, this one makes my list. Hey Tyler, Hang Tab Super Mario makes my list because I own one of those. And it's Super Mario Brothers. Do we need to justify that at all, or are we cool with just saying Super Mario Brothers?
Hey guys, you should own a Hang Tab Super Mario Brothers or a First Print Famicom one, or just probably both because it's Super Mario Brothers, and we don't live in a world where complete in box games are too expensive, and it's going to be the best game forever. So get one in case people decide video games are collectible again one day.
Look, if you can own 42 Charizards, you can own 2 Super Mario Brothers. Okay.
You sure can.
Just saying. All right. Last 2 games on my list, not actually alphabetical order because I just called them Zelda 1 and 2, but this is the Legend of Zelda 1 and 2. We'll just talk about them both together. These are First Prince.
The Hyrule Fantasy.
Make sure you get these. Again, why do I have both, Tyler? Because I didn't want to have one without the other, and I got a lot of memories around the second. The second game, people don't understand how expensive this stupid game was. I asked for this game and I was told I definitely wasn't going to get it because the people selling this game were charging like $90 for it in like the 1980s money. Okay. It was super expensive. People are never going to understand like that. It wasn't just like everything's MSRP. You can just go to Toys R Us. Even Toys R Us had this game listed for more money. So my aunt who had more money went out and got this for me, and man, I loved the shit out of this game. I thought it was, I didn't understand what was happening when I played it, and I'm on this overworld map, and like randomized monster battles, and I was gaining experience, and the sound of the sword, and the things hitting the shield, it's all very distinct in my mind. Yeah, like when I got the hammer, I felt so cool that I got the hammer and you crush the boulder and you're like, I'm in the second half of the map now. I just thought it was very cool. I still think Zelda 2 is a cool game. I think a lot of people forget how much the 3D Zeldas owe to this Zelda. Without this, like you need Zelda 1 and Zelda 2 to get to 3D Zelda. It was the combination of the two becoming their own thing. That really made 3D Zeldas possible. People didn't like it at the time, but I've always been a Zelda 2 stan. If you've ever listened to this podcast from long and long ago, you will know I have long loved Zelda 2.
Did people not like it at the time? I feel like maybe people in the 2000s, like when was it cool to hate? Like when video game discussion on the internet was first becoming a thing.
I maybe, but there was like even kids I knew were like, I don't know, it's weird. It's not like Zelda. Man, I played the fuck out of Zelda. I literally burned every bush in that whole game to see if there was a secret there. Every bush in Zelda, I put the
got to
candle
do that in
to.
the second quest.
Yeah, and I've done it on both quests. So, yeah, I don't know. I love Zelda. Zelda and Final Fantasy are two of my favorite series. Might be my two favorite series, just like hands down. So you will see them that and like in Castlevania, like they just reappear constantly. Sorry guys, if that offends you, but that's what my list is full of. All right.
I mean, I don't hate Zelda 2 nearly as much as some other games, so it's fine.
I know.
I like Zelda 2. Zelda 2 is a great game.
So we are moving into the list, and that was number we're at number 50 now. Are you ready to hit number 50 with or 51? Maniac Mansion for the PC.
Hey, we got a PC game. Are we in the PC section?
We are in the PC
and we're
section.
starting with M? Oh god, I'm going to be disappointed in this section.
No, again, I was a little loose in what I called PC, and yes, you are going to be. So I don't know why this section did not alphabetize. Actually, why aren't you alphabetized? All right, this section's not alphabetized. I don't know what happened here.
That's
Maniac Mansion. Because of the Scum system, because I like point and click adventures, because of Halloween, because of the spooky, because all of it, Maniac Mansion and Lucasfilms. Tyler, how could I not put this on my list?
So Scum is the engine that powers most all LucasArts adventure games. I guess not all of them, because like their 3D ones weren't it, but all the classic point and click 2D games were.
There was predecessors to Scum that were like as they were building the system up. But
well, yeah, the Maniac Mansion going forward.
Yeah. All right, you ready for a weird one? And again, this represents part of my collecting.
Wait. The first print of Maniac Mansion says the word lust on the back.
You want the lusty cover,
which Toys R Us did not like.
Back.
You have to remove the word lust. We could have violence or whatever, but I will not sell a computer game that someone might pick up and see the word lust. There is no lust in Maniac Mansion, by the way.
There is a television series for Maniac Mansion. Have you seen it?
I sure haven't.
Me either, and I've been trying to find it, and I can't find it, and I stopped pirating things, so if someone knows where to find me a copy of Maniac Mansion to watch, I could probably just buy a copy on eBay. Someone burned it to a disc or something. I should just pirate it.
You should.
But I just don't feel good. It's
probably on like archive.org.
Yeah, sure.
Best piracy site on the internet.
You can't buy it. So it's like, what do you want me to do? I'd pay for it if I could. All right. A weird pick, Tyler. You're here for it, I think. Cosmology of Kyoto.
I'm kind of here for Cosmology of Kyoto. I'm surprised you didn't pick the guy's first game, which is rarer.
Well, I own this one. So.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, Cosmology of Kyoto. Tell the people about
it. Hey, you like entertainment and you like the history of Kyoto and you like spirits and horrible deaths and like Japanese take on the afterlife and how they're kind of okay with it and like how they come to terms with it and how they teach about it. Well, then Cosmology of Kyoto is for you. And if you are the guy on the internet contacting both Tyler and I for our Cosmology of Kyotos, no, thank you. We are not selling them. Please leave us alone.
You don't have to leave me alone, but man, you're kind of barking up the wrong tree if you're trying to get me to sell something that I want in my collection. I'm sorry, my guy.
I just put this on the 100 games I'd keep list. I'm not selling you my game. Sorry. Look, I would sell every single one of these for the right price. However, no one's coming up with that price to me. So
I think the snippet we always say about Cosmology of Kyoto, which is a very non-traditional, very artistic kind of game that you wouldn't really expect to be released in America. It's a very Japanese thing. Film critic Roger Ebert's favorite video game. Also, Roger Ebert notable for saying video games cannot be art or something like that. This dude hated video games, but this was his favorite one.
Yeah, it's such a weird game. And there's like the Japanese version, which is like PC and Mac, and then there's just like a Macintosh version as well. So it does have some variants. Which is the best one? I like just the original black like box with like the red top and Cosmology of Kyoto in the middle. But I don't really think it matters. Just if you want a copy, you should just buy a copy or whichever one you find.
I would agree with that. Or you could be like me and have 3 different versions, Johnny. Should be on
You
my
have
list.
3 now?
Well, I've got the 2 Japanese ones and an American one.
Oh my God. Well, you are a maniac. You want to sell one of those?
I don't.
Because I would like to take one of those off your hand. One of the ones I don't have. Because I would like to own 3 of those. All right. This is... You aren't going to agree with this pick at all, but this is part of my Halloween picks. Because I did dedicate like a healthy chunk of this to my Halloween stuff. As you can tell, I tried to get crossover where I could, but some stuff is just like Johnny collecting as he collects now. It's Are You Afraid of the Dark for the PC with the big box? Because
Top 100?
because I like it and you can't find it. And it's like a weird story. Like, why doesn't this game exist with the big box? I just went through my Halloween games. And I said, you know what game I would be sad if it wasn't on my shelf? It's Are You Afraid of the Dark? I put aside slots for Halloween games, and a lot of the PC games that you're going to find are in that. You aren't going to agree with them, but these are pretty much my Halloween picks.
What's the full name of this game?
Are You Afraid of the Dark? Orpheo's Curse.
That's it. And I forgot what game we were looking up, and someone compared it to Orpheo's Curse. And was it Realms of the Haunting or something?
Realms of Haunting or Myst or something.
It was crazy that other people have heard of and played this game. But yeah, it's a point and click adventure similar to Myst.
Was it a DreamWorks first game or something? It was like when they first got licensed. It had some significance going on. They spent a lot of money on this game. It was interesting. And by all counts, people really like this game. If you played through, I played through like 40 minutes on emulator, and it was interesting. I mean, it's like a 90s point and click adventure though. So
is this for sale on like GOG or Steam or something?
Yeah, I don't know actually.
I bet if it's not, there's this thing called the GOG Dream List where people are just like, why is this game not on GOG yet? Yeah, and it is there. And there's going to be 6 people who are like, please get this game.
Yeah, the answer is licensing. So you can go buy like a jewel case version of this for like $35 to $50. And that's like a sealed jewel case. But the big box, good luck. So if you find the big box, I've only ever seen the one. No, it's probably sitting on eBay right now because I've just said I've only ever seen the one. You want to make sure you've got the map included with it and the reg card, but and the manual. And this is how I knew. So I've had people contact me about this game being like, where did you find this box? How did you know it had a box? I didn't know it had a box. Not like 1 or 2 or 3. I've had like 10 people reach out to me about this stupid game, like to buy or collect it because they did not know it had a box. And I remember when we were talking about it on the show and I said, it's got to have a big box. I've never seen one. I've been looking for a while because I found the manual and the manual was gigantic. So I'm like, if it has the manual this big, it's got to go in a big box. And that turned out to be true. And the big box also has like a big, thick inner cardboard piece, like thicker than typical for PC. Like you get like those kind of thin ones. This is just like a hollow rectangular insert that goes through the whole box to keep the box rigid. Very sturdy. So make sure it has all those things if you find it. But if you find the box, maybe just buy it anyways.
I did go and I looked on eBay and there is not one with a box, although there are a bunch of jewel case copies. And like, this is the thing, this drives me a little bit nuts because this is the kind of thing you would spend like months or years searching for this thing that essentially no one cares about. Like when you find it, what are you going to pay? $200-$300 probably?
I paid $200 and I didn't blink.
5 years later, the next guy is going to be like, oh, look, there's one on eBay for $75 and just like buy it now. And he's not going to know the pain you went through. And it's not fair, right?
Yeah. And you know what? It's like, I don't even care because I just wanted to get it. And then the amount of people have reached out to me about it made me be like, huh, that's weird. Yeah, this is a weird game because they clearly broke this box down and then they put UPCs on the jewel case and sold them. So they just said fuck it to the big box and only sold the jewel case. So it's not like you'll see loose copies of the game, but most of these were just sold as jewel cases. So it's not like they were missing the big box. The big boxes were destroyed or never made.
All right. Well, I still think this is a somewhat crazy pick, but I understand it's rare and exciting in Halloween.
Yeah. Again, we're in the Halloween portion. Here's one you definitely aren't going to agree with, and it is the Dark Half for the PC.
I literally don't even remember what that is.
So this is based off the Stephen King book, The Dark Half. One, I like Stephen King, but also the sealed copy has the weird bloody hands on it, which I think is just the coolest seal I've ever seen on a game. I don't know why they did that. I don't know why this choice was made, why you would put anything cool on the seal, but they did. And I like it a lot. And I like that book, short story. So yeah.
Can I give you a quick quote from Computer Games Strategy Plus magazine?
Sure. Do you want to know after that? Do you want to know about variants?
Yeah, I do. It is very difficult to make a game with no outstanding features, but Capstone proved to be up to the challenge.
It's a good quote.
Computer Gaming World says, in brief, everything that made The Dark Half an exceptional novel is missing from the game, as is anything that might have made the game an exceptional game in its own right. The Dark Half is not only a bad game, it's easily one of the worst games I've played in the last 10 years.
Well, that's hyperbole.
All right. Got a 14% from Power Play Magazine. People do not like this game.
No.
But it has a cool shrink wrap, so it has that.
It does have a cool... look, and that's part of the collecting. Like, this thing is cool. It's got a cool story. Also, so this game, the original cover comes out and it looks like the book cover. Then they release, because the movie is coming out from Miramax around the same time that this is being released and is in production. So they change it to the movie poster. So it goes from this black box with a red handprint to like a purple one with like a dark image in the, like an image of a dark figure in the background. And eventually goes from floppies to a disc, to a CD, but also CDs are also discs were available in that purple box. But then they also just sell the jewel case alone with that cover. But this isn't a big box. Yeah, and that seal is only on the first print floppies with the original poster or with the original cover. So that's the one you want. You want the black box with the bloody hand. If you can get it shrink wrapped with the bloody handprints also on that, then go get it because it's neat.
Johnny does say it's neat.
Yep. Fuck what those guys said in their reviews. This game is neat to look at on your shelf. Don't play it, but sure do look at it because that's what
Power Play Magazine in 1993 or whatever just didn't understand that was the purpose of this game.
Scathing. All right. Another one you're not going to agree with. You know how I don't like to have one game without having the other in a series?
Oh, man. How do you
Day
own
of the
Final
Tentacle.
Day of the Tentacle.
With the obelisk box, the triangle box, as some people call it.
All right. You know what? That's in a sort of upper echelon of PC big box collecting because it has the interesting box. I don't hate it.
Yep. Okay. Tim Schafer called this his favorite box. I believe, right? That was his quote. He called it his favorite
I
box
sure
he's
don't
ever
know
seen
that
for a
quote,
game.
but I could understand it. It's a weird triangle.
I think it's on the box, maybe. I can't remember. Or I just read that somewhere weird. Yeah, it's a cool game. It completes a series and it's got a cool box, so it made my list.
Does it? Does it complete the series?
Yeah.
I don't know. I could believe that there's like, I don't know, in this world of like Broken Age and Thimbleweed Park, I would believe like, oh yeah, they made a third Maniac Mansion game that
I mean, it's possible they have some loosely connected to it. I'll tell you what game is not on my list that I wish was, and because I want the Xbox copy, the later Xbox copy is Psychonauts, the cool one.
Wait, which cool one?
The one with the cool cover. I mean, like the original one is also very cool, but the one that came with like only in the IM 8-bit collection
Okay,
box.
the Xbox One copy of
Yes.
Psychonauts, which just nobody bought and just happens to be one of the rarest Xbox games ever because nobody fucking bought it.
That's still on my list of things to buy.
I love it so much.
That would have made my list, but sadly I don't own it.
There's a bunch on eBay now.
Is there?
Yeah, I'm seeing at least 4, 5. Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Oh man.
But they're all like $200 to $400, which for an Xbox One game is very
Feels
expensive.
like a lot. Yeah. All right. Are you ready for Harvester?
All right, Harvester, baby. High art.
The Harvester, again, harkening back to a response to what happened in Congress. This game was made to thumb its nose at Congress and just tried to make the weirdest, most vile video game they could. And they did a really good job of that. It is all of those things. It's weird. It's interesting. It's point and click. It's horror, surreal. And it's also like 90s, like weird in a machine, like VR kind of stuff going on. Yeah, there's a lot happening.
It is definitely artistic satire done correctly. A lot of satire video games are like Elf Bowling 2. They're like complete trash made by someone in a weekend. Harvester clearly had a lot of passion behind it, even if it is a very janky, weird game.
Yeah, it's just weird. Yep. Man, I said I was going to be faster than you. I'm only like pick 57. I got to hurry up. You got to stop
doing
asking me questions.
100 video games in a
so
in one episode. That's a lot.
So long.
All John, right, tell me. Wait, I want more about Harvester as a collectible. What does a Harvester cost? Complete in box, big box.
$400, $500.
Whew. All right.
I mean, I think you can get it as low as 2, but if you want a nice one, what you want to do is find the one that I don't know. Maybe you don't want. It's not the first print, but it's got the little banner, like a little cardboard banner on the bottom. I think that one's cool. I forget what that banner says though. What does it say? Yeah. Anyways, there's one with a little cardboard banner. That's the one I think is cool because I like more stuff. It does. I remember it says warning: the most violent game ever. That's what it says on it. It's that on the seal or that's that cardboard. Pretty cool that it says that. Anyways, if you can find that, go find that. But that's a later print.
All right.
Or maybe that's only with the seal. I don't know. Cool game. Lots of stuff going on. Here's another questionable game for you. Here's 2 questionable games coming in a row, actually. And that's fine. But these are my Halloween picks. Trick or Treat for the PC, because I've never seen another one, and it's weird, and it's called Trick or Treat. And this is like it's a point-and-click adventure, and you are helping out in a nursing home for the party on Halloween night, and things are going crazy, and the old folks become possessed, and they try to kill you, and you've got to get away. What a weird game. Trick or Treat. The picture of the box is a house with like a pumpkin out front. It's called Trick or Treat, and for Halloween, it was just like man, this is the one I wanted to post on Halloween night for that year. So that's what a lot of these are.
I could definitely understand that. Hey Johnny, just a quick spoiler for the head. Is Resident Evil for the PlayStation on this list?
Sure is.
Oh, okay. Is Silent Hill?
Sure is. No.
Silent Hill 2?
Nope.
Trick or Treat for the PC, better than Silent Hill 2, more collectible. You heard it here first.
It is more interesting. Everyone's got Silent Hill.
I guess, all right. That's how you're going to see this collection. It's like, well, nobody has Are You Afraid of the Dark? The Tale of Orpheo's Curse.
Yeah, well, like when you look at the Halloween stuff, everybody's got I love Castlevania, so it's all on my list. But everyone's got Castlevania. Everyone's got all the Resident Evils. They release every single Resident Evil every single year. Like, how many Resident Evil remakes do you want? They have a million of them. You can play all of them. You're always going to see it on everyone's shelf. I want the weird stuff for Halloween. I want like all the stuff you're not talking about, no one's seeing. Okay,
Castlevania 2 and 3.
Those ones, because I love Castlevania, those are what started me here. That's what got me to this road. So then my taste became weird after that. Okay. Just be happy.
Right,
I don't
going.
have
I'm not complaining about anything too much. Like, this is all very Johnny games so far.
Yeah. Produce. You ever heard of Produce for the PC-98?
I've only heard of it because you've brought it up a couple times.
Yep. What a weird game from Japan. It is like horrific. It's in Hardcore Gaming 101 did a feature on it. They did a video. It's a weird game where you're in like a haunted house. It's got a cool cover. It looks like the girl from The Exorcist on it. When you play the game, you're like in a maze and they like overlap. It looks like organs over it. And then you've got like pockets so you can see these the three people. So you're in part of like a love triangle, and you like a demon has possessed you, and you've agreed to like sacrifice this one guy because he's dating the girl you like, and you're like, okay, I'll go sacrifice him, then the girl will love me, and you've got to like lead him up, but everything goes wrong because you've made a deal with a demon. Anyways, it's a weird game. You should go check it out. I think it is just really cool, but it's called Produce. So,
and it's called Produce. So,
yep. You know, what are you gonna do? This is available on the PC-88, the PC-98, and the Sharp X1. I have the PC-88 version of this game.
Produce.
It's a weird game. It's a weird game. You want to make a deal with the demon? Play Produce. What a silly name.
Top 100 game in Johnny's collection, Produce.
So when you asked me about that game, Dead End, with the vegetables on it, how do you think I've got there when I'm looking up games called Produce? You see how these things get connected now? Why I've heard of this game, Dead End?
Johnny is referencing a PC 8001 game that I don't think there's any video footage of on the English internet, but it is apparently a strategy war game where bell peppers fight tomatoes. This is an early 80s Japanese PC game. It's called Dead End, and the picture on the front of the cassette is just like a bunch of vegetables.
Yep. Like a box full of vegetables. Yep. I'm like, is this a horror game? What am I looking at? So
that's why I was looking at it, because it has like this weird. It's called Dead End, first of all, and then the font could either be like horror or Old West. And then I look into it, I'm like, this is a war game with vegetables.
It's not worth top 100 game, but if you find that game, if I found that game for $10, I'd buy it and just put it in my collection and be happy to own it.
Somebody play. Hey, surely this has to be dumped somewhere. Somebody play Dead End for the PC 8001. Put some video footage up on YouTube so we know what the hell this game is.
So here's another game that you've never heard of. This is a PC-98 game. Tell me if you've heard of Rusty.
I support this pick. This is a cool collectible game.
This is a Castlevania-like. There's a throwback. It is not a Castlevania game, but it very much is inspired by. Very cool game. Again, it's just like, hey, you like some like super Castlevania 3 style game on the PC-98 with a girl who's like scantily clad and you want to fight monsters and like vampires, gothic horror? Well, go play Rusty. And it's got a cool soundtrack. So it's also expensive and kind of hard to find. Even though right after I bought one, like 4 popped up. I don't know how that happens, but that always seems to be the way. And I spent years looking for this stupid thing. And I got it from Dutch Boy Games on eBay. So I got mine out of Europe. I didn't even get it from Yahoo Games.
I hate everybody who gets something at a better deal or without having to search for it like I did. I get so mad at them. You don't know the pain I went through, guys.
I searched for this game. If you listen to older episodes of the Collector's Quest, you know that I looked for this game for a long time. And yeah.
They were like, you bought it, dump it.
Yep. Go play Rusty. Or go watch a video for Rusty. It's pretty cool. I made a video about it. You can go check my Halloween videos. All these games I've mentioned that are Halloween games, I've made videos for, and you can see what they look like. All right, Tyler, let's get to PS1. You ready?
I'm ready. It's going to be a big list because PS1 is maybe the best console ever made.
Best console maybe ever? Maybe? Hey, Resident Evil long box for the PS1, as I realized I had forgot to put any Resident Evil representation on this list. And as much as I'm like, hey, they make all of them, you should own the first Resident Evil in a long box, the nicest version you can find. it is the game that launched kind of survival horror into the stratosphere. Yes, there are others. Yes, there was things before it. Yes, Sweet Home exists. I understand that, but we owe a debt to Resident Evil existing.
I mean, we sure do. I don't even like that game, and I think it's one of the best games that you could own.
Yeah, like you should just own this game. If you collect video games and you are like at all serious about it, like, look, I don't love every Halo game, but I think you should own a Halo. Even though I didn't put it on my top 100 list, I put it on my regret list because I didn't know what version, and I don't have the best or a sealed copy. So I was like, ugh.
Honestly, your list has been super 80s and 90s oriented. You don't have any modern stuff really so far, and I kind of like that, so I'm in.
All right.
To be clear, I'm calling Xbox a game from 2001 modern stuff because that's how my brain works.
I have 3 things on here that you were absolutely going to puke over, and I can't wait to tell you about them. Right. And they are at the very end, so I will leave you with disappointment. All right. Grinch for the PS1 with the book, the big box Grinch. As big box, I mean, slightly larger. Comes with a little Grinch book. What a cool little item to have on your shelf. Talk about for Christmas gaming. It's a obscure PS1 variant. So this is like, it comes with it's a box bigger than a jewel case. It fits just a standard version of the Grinch, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, for the PS1. And then it also comes with a little book inside. That's it.
Top 100 game. All right. This is why we had our thing on different episodes. I understand.
Yeah. Now. Yeah. With our lists are not the same. Yours is history and mine is a nostalgia.
So and surely,
also, go ahead.
Surely Rayman 2 with the beach ball makes it onto this list as like, oh, it's perfect for posting on Instagram for the summer jams.
I don't have that.
All right.
But I do have Grinch, and I like to post for holidays. So I love Christmas too, and this is like, and I like, you remember when I lost the auction and then I found it for $50 and I was so excited. Like, what a cool game. What a cool game. Just like, it's a cool collectible. It's a bad game, but it's a cool collectible. All right. I'm not going to say too much about this one. And I hesitated on the version of this one because I don't even know if I agree with my pick here on this being the right version, but I have Castlevania Symphony of the Night. For the PS1. Have you heard of it?
Sure.
One of the best games ever. I love this game more than most. I've been a big proponent of saying this is a top 10 game ever made. I love Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Yes, I understand people like some of the newer ones better, but we owe so much to Symphony of the Night existing. Metroidvanias exist because of this game.
Do they?
Yeah. Look, no one would have ever thought to make an adventure platformer before this game, okay?
Stop.
Where you kind of level up.
But you could kind of...
Never would have occurred to anybody.
When you play Metroid, you kind of level up. It's just not as JRPG-y as Symphony of the Night is.
Yes.
Symphony of the Night has like don't you like a bunch of stats and stuff when you pause it? And like, yeah, I guess those numbers matter, but also it's just an action game and I don't really care beyond like, oh, it takes me 3 hits to kill this guy instead of 4 now. I don't know. Super Metroid, even just Metroid, just call them Metroid likes. We don't need the Vania part of this.
We don't at all, actually. Yeah, it's a thing. I really like the special edition that they have in the Japanese PlayStation one, but I also really like the Saturn one. But PlayStation 1 is just the easiest English. It's the one I played. I have all these, but I rushed on this one because this was the one I played. And I played it with my buddy Tim, and it came out around my birthday. And he and I have the same birthday, and we played it. And, I have good memories. And it's just one of the best games ever. So what do you want me to say?
I like the US PlayStation 1. I know the other ones have like that kind of cool portrait art and stuff, but I think just like the black castle with the black PlayStation banner on the side, I think it's just such a cool box or jewel case.
Yeah. So... it's a good one. Here is a weird one, and I don't expect people to know about this, and I don't have a lot of information on this, and there's not a lot of info about it. But okay, stay with me here. It's a Japanese game. You've never heard of it. Okay? It's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, one of the best-selling games on the PlayStation. A top 11 selling game, as a matter of fact, on the PlayStation. But this is the Japanese copy, and it was a weird Coke promotion. So there is this weird Coca-Cola edition of the game where you get a different disc. There was, I don't know how many were sent out. Like people are kind of, they disagree with how many. Some people say under 100. Some people say 10. I don't know how many copies of this game even exist. I haven't really seen any more, but it's got a different SLUS on it than the standard game. It's got a different disc art, different UPC code. It's just a weird Coke promotion for Harry Potter.
What's the promotion?
That was released in Japan. It just like you were given it was, so you had bottle caps, and if you got a winner, you got a copy of the game, and this is like
and
a winner copy.
They give you a special copy of the game. That's awesome. Damn, I love that.
Yeah, this is as I understand it, and I could have this messed up. So yeah, oh my god,
I'm in. I like promotion or like, you know, contest prize stuff in Japan. Japan has such better contest prize stuff than America ever got. They love contests.
Oh my god, I just found another promotional copy for the US, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone CD Coca-Cola promotional item by EA. Yeah, I'm going to buy this thing. This is a sampler CD. I'm buying this for the Harry Potter collection. Also, that's the thing. If you don't know, I collected a bunch of Harry Potter games. A lot of that, I did that to take a franchise that was global and then see how games were released globally, so I'd better understand global releases of games and how they were made and what codes and boxes and how they transferred over. And I needed something that was a big series that had multiple iterations that crossed multiple systems. And I wanted to be something I enjoyed, which was Harry Potter already. So yeah, that's what I did. I looked at that, and yeah, Harry Potter's got a lot of weird stuff. There's this thing so it's called the Philosopher's Stone, in the UK. I say the UK, and everywhere in the world but America, basically, where it's called the Sorcerer's Stone.
Well, we just started calling it the Philosopher's Stone correctly now.
So the Philosopher's Stone was said to not be magical enough sounding, so they changed it. And
I disagree. I think that Americans are just stupid and they don't know what a Philosopher's Stone is.
I think that is part of it. Is they said they don't know what Philosopher's Stones are. They aren't going to think of it like that. And you can call that a gap in the education system or culturally. I don't know how, but that's not ingrained over here. I wouldn't have known like I was into medieval bullshit and I wouldn't have thought of, oh, the Philosopher's Stone, let's turn things to gold. Even though I'd heard tales of that kind of stuff for a long time, but I wouldn't have immediately associated. Anyways,
it's still
doesn't matter.
Quirky, mythical sounding thing.
But Sorcerer's Stone is like, hey, these people are wizards, sorcerer. You got it? You dig it? Like people understand right off the bat with very little explanation. So anyways, they made a name change, and in America we have that, but also like in Canada, you have the same copies of the game. The first prints were also called Philosopher's Stone. So that's like a cool thing you can go find in Canada for the PS1, the Game Boy Color, and the GBA. So those are some cool variants for Harry Potter that you can find. But this is a Japanese copy, and this is called Philosopher's Stone.
Does Jason of Game Rave TV own this?
No.
Oh, no. He's going for that set.
He's early, and it's a promotional game, so maybe he doesn't need to.
Oh, does Jason from Game Rave need this? Oh, it's just a variant. That guy doesn't care about variants.
He doesn't care about any of that stuff. Sorry, Jason. Maybe he does have it. I hope he does. I hope he hears this and then puts it on a save search and looks and finds one easily.
And I'm sure the fact that it has a different SLUS number, that probably doesn't bother him at all if he doesn't have that in his set.
No, the fact that it has that is going to make his life so much easier. All right. I have 2 PS2 games. Well, we need to get moving.
We're done with PS1. The entire best system ever made, by the way, guys. Resident Evil Symphony of the Night, 2 good picks. The Grinch and Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
What other PS1 game would you like me to put on there?
I would like you to put on Metal Gear Solid.
Okay. I can understand that. But I don't
know. Final
feel
Fantasy
that strongly
VII.
about Metal Gear.
What is...
Final Fantasy
Do the
VII
Final
didn't
Fantasy
make my
movie.
list because I was like, if I put Final Fantasy on there, then I got to start thinking about all the RPGs, and that would take up too much
And then
space.
I'd rather just not think about RPGs. You have
Yes.
Resident Evil. Put on Resident Evil 2. That game rules too.
I am only like I don't love all, I like Resident Evil 2 more than 1, but 1 is important, so I was comfortable just putting 1 in there. Anyways.
9/11 Siphon Filter 3.
If I own that, it would probably be on my list, honestly.
I thought you had one. I figured that would be something you would
I
like.
don't lost. Yeah, it's something I really like, but lost multiple times, and now it's too much money. Here's 2 dumb PS2 games. You will understand what they are. You already know what they are. Tyler, what are the 2 PS2 games I put on my list? Please guess.
Put on Rule of Rose and Kuon.
You got it. That's it. Why did I do that, Tyler?
It. Again, one of the greatest consoles ever made, and we're going with those 2. I mean, honestly, better picks than the PlayStation 1, maybe.
I don't know. Symphony of the Night and Resident Evil.
Yeah, you're right. All right, these are the collectible horror games. You got them.
Yeah, they sure are.
Nothing else
And
worth
that-
owning on PS2 though. Modern trash. 2000s. Ugh, get out of here.
All right. So I apologize for these 3 picks, Tyler, but you're going to have to hear about them. Last of Us for the PS3 Survival Edition. Because that's the
No,
copy.
that's good. That one's actually kind of rare, isn't it? How many did they make of those?
I don't know. But I like it. Comes with the comic. Pretty cool. It's also The Last of Us, which I just think is one of the best games ever made. And even if you don't think it's one of the best games ever made, it's one of the most important games of the PS3 era.
Yeah, definitely.
So you can fight me on that if you want, but I think you will be wrong. I think you can objectively point to this and be like, hey, this is one of the most important games of the era, maybe ever. So there.
Wait.
right.
What's the post-pandemic edition? Was that Last of Us 2?
No, that's
Isn't that
also
a
there.
better
There's
version of it than the
the
Survival
post-pandemic is better, is the more expensive version.
edition? Oh, but you don't have that one.
With the statue. No, I was
Oh,
like,
Johnny, it's like your favorite modern game. Go get it.
it was just a space issue, Tyler.
It's Last of Us. You love that game.
I do love that game more than most people. It's one of my favorites. All right.
Pretty good.
That's my only PS3 game. But I do have
This PS3.
I do have 2 PS4 games.
Poop Slayer.
Inside,
Oh, okay.
Inside.
Inside. All right.
special edition, because of the ridiculous toy that comes with it made by Real Doll of the Blob. Yeah. What a weird thing. Also, they did this weird AR code in it where people are trying to figure out, there's some mystery that if you only have all the special editions and you put together the codes that are in all the special editions, it reveals something about the game. And there's a group dedicated, and there's a Discord where they're trying to get all of the specific codes in it to figure out what this means.
Of the Inside Special Edition, you mean there's a different QR code in different people's copy of the game?
Yeah, or there's a code, an AR code, I think, that people are like need to write down, and it translates into something. And so there's a Discord dedicated to finding this out.
All right. I'm an adult. I don't have patience for ARGs and stuff like that anymore. I'm just going to wait for someone to solve it, and then I'll look at it and I'll be like, oh, I guess that was neat. And me saying that was neat translates to like 200 hours of these people's lives slaving over whatever they're doing.
Well, and you need like every special edition. So everyone that sells, they like reach out to whoever bought it. They try to figure out who bought it and then message them like, hey, can we get a picture? And like, they were so disappointed when they heard I bought one and like figured out that it was one they had already marked.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
What about the people who keep them sealed?
Fuck.
It sucks. So wait, what is this? I Am 8-Bit made this, or who made this?
Yes, I Am 8-Bit.
Did these come up for sale?
Not very often. It was like a $300 special edition at the time.
Oh yeah, okay. One sold in March for $300.
Yep, it was.
And then
came
another
with
one
the-
sold
the-
for
the blob for
$700
Robo.
in also March. Okay, that one of you guys got a really good deal or a really bad deal.
I think that initially they were $300 when they sold because that piece from Real Doll is very expensive, which they put a very questionable hole in, and then give
So
you
display it,
washing
Johnny.
instructions. It just makes me feel. I made a video about it, so go check that out. Just because I love this game, Tyler, and it was funny that you even brought it up in your episode. This is my last PS4 game. What remains of Edith Finch?
You love this game. I think it's okay. I hate art, so there's that.
Yeah.
But the variant you're talking about is very cool.
Yep. The no cover variant.
So what is that from?
It's a promotional copy from somewhere. I don't know. I haven't found out. It's like normally it's got like the house, because everything revolves around this house and all these murders that happen. There's so many theories you can go get into. But my cover, it's just like does not have that house. It's just like faded away, like the memories of the game.
The game was distributed through I Am 8-Bit. And is this a promotional version? Does it have a hole punch in the UPC?
It does have a hole punch. Yeah.
Yeah, and the most like the text, like the title is barely readable, and it looks like a burnt out book from Myst. It's like the whole cover is completely blown out.
It's a faded memory, just like from the game.
Yeah, it's super cool. And the fact that we don't really like, I'm sure someone knows where this is from, who is more serious about PlayStation, but I don't know, it's kind of mysterious and cool to me. Don't tell me where it's from, guys.
Yeah. This game goes for like $200-ish, this variant. Like, people don't really make a distinction between the variant when I see it out there. So, but the price on this game has steadily been ticking up. I expect we get a remake of this game at some point.
Yeah, whoa, I'm looking at prices. There is no distinction for the price. There is one that sold complete in box, the good variant, for $200, and then all the other ones are basically sealed and complete in box. They're almost the same price. They're all $200-$300. Man, go get the good variant. This promotional. I mean, it has a punched UPC. It must be some kind of promo.
Yeah,
fucking rad.
I mean, you can also just download it for $5 and play it, but do whatever you need to do. I genuinely love this game. All right, Sega Saturn.
Unlike most of the games on your list, I think it's a game that will be remembered for a long time.
Yeah, I agree. I have two Sega Saturn games. Well, three. No, two. I have two Sega Saturn games. I removed one to fit in a different one. All right. Two Sega Saturn games. Do you want to guess? I've already told you one.
Oh, I don't remember if you told me one. So it's going to be Daytona USA, Netlink Edition.
Correct.
And man, that game is expensive now. Oh, you already told me? Oh, it's Shining Force 3. All right, I get it.
It is Shining Force 3.
I get it. You know what? The Shining Force isn't as bad knowing that there's 4 freaking Dragon Warrior games on this list, because I know how much you love Shining Force 3.
I do. I'm very sad this is a game that came out in 3 parts in Japan, but they only gave us part 1, and you assembled all 3 parts and then got a premium disc at the end, and then you got a special bonus ending because it's 3 stories that converge at the very end, and then you take all that save data and you put it into the premium disc, and then you can play like a final battle. So cool. What a great idea. Saturn died, and that never got to happen for America. Sorry, guys.
Hey, but hey, you did get the first scenario.
I did.
So
cool.
How about that? Who did a review? It was probably Jason Graves, because I don't watch a lot of gaming YouTubers who Clever Classic Games anymore. He said like all the best stuff in that game is at the end, and maybe the end of scenario like 3 or something.
Did he play all of Shining Force?
I think he might have played through all of Shining Force 3, yeah.
Oh my god, I gotta go watch it. I've also played through all of Shining Force 3 and the premium disc because I burned copies. Yeah, very cool.
Johnny, just because nobody talks about these games anymore, let me tell the people about Daytona USA Champion Circuit Edition, Netlink Edition. This game has edition twice in its name. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I just realized that. So it's Daytona USA CCE Netlink Edition, but CCE, the E in edition stands for edition. So there are 3 versions of Daytona USA, right? Not 4. So there's Daytona USA, which is just the regular piece of shit Saturn version. And then they made Daytona USA Champion Circuit Edition, which reworked the physics and stuff. Still doesn't feel like the arcade. And then they made Daytona USA Championship Circuit Edition Netlink Edition, which supports the Netlink internet modem for the Sega Saturn. Because you know what you were doing if you owned a Sega Saturn? You were totally playing that shit online, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But
Why
Sega
wouldn't you?
realized, hey, there probably aren't going to be a lot of people going to Toys R Us who want to play Daytona USA Online, a game every single person who owns a Sega Saturn already owns. So they only sold it through their website in 1998. So no fucking wonder this game is rare. Who was buying Sega Saturn games on the internet in 1998? And this game's
Not
worth
a lot
like
of people.
$5,000-$10,000 now.
Yep.
It's got the cover is black and white. That's how you can easily spot it. It's pretty cool. Or actually, it's not really the cover. It's a second manual. So it has the regular Daytona CCE manual, and then what people usually put in front of that is the black and white Netlink manual, because then you're like, oh, this is the Netlink one now.
This is the good one. And back in the day, I like had a whole blog post about this on Game Over Johnny on blogspot.com, where I was talking about how I was totally burnt out about collecting. And then I found this game and it kind of re-energized me.
Do you find it, or did you pay out the butt for it?
No, I mean, I found it on eBay, but even finding it on eBay, I'm like,
there's two on eBay right now.
Yeah. How much are they?
Like $8,000, $7,000.
I didn't pay that much. Thank God. All right.
The last one, actually one sold in April for $6,500. There are still people out there collecting the Sega Saturn set.
I have 3 Sega CD games on my list. I think you could.
Shining Force CD is on your stupid list. Are you kidding me?
It's not on my list.
Okay.
I thought about it, but I didn't put it on there. I thought because I was just a rehash of the Game Gears, and that didn't like that. And I wasn't putting any Game Gears on my list, so they didn't make it. But I did think about Shining Force CD, and I was like, nah, cut it. So I did cut it. But there are 3.
KO Flying Squadron.
You got it.
That's just an expensive game. It's like in the $3,000 range now.
You just like, if you were collecting Sega CD, there are like 2 or 3 games that you put at the top of your shelf and say, I did it. I'm a collector of Sega CD games. And this is one of them.
Oh, maybe closer to just $2,000 now.
Yep. They're going down probably.
There is a game that I always thought, even back in the day, was cooler than KO, because I never really understood why KO was exciting. Because to me, these 2 games were equally rare. But one of your other games is Snatcher.
Yes.
Which is not as equally rare to KO. But it was so much cooler than KO, I didn't care. I always thought Snatcher was like an absolute top game you could possibly have in your collection.
The other game that is like, we also used to think was comparably rare was Space Adventure.
I never thought that was comparably rare to these. I always knew it was at the upper end of the set, but like I would never see a Space Adventure on someone's shelf and be like, wow, top shelf game, you totally made it. But like Snatcher, I'm like, oh, this person knows what they're doing. This is a video game collector here.
So it's weird because it's just like called Space Adventure, but in like Japan, it's like called Cobra's Space Adventure or something. I forget what
Space Adventure Cobra, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like got a bounty hunter and stuff. And you're like, what? This is setting a entirely different tone for this game.
Don't tell me Space Adventure is your third game.
No.
Oh, okay.
Nope. I will give you one guess. It's a weird one.
It's gonna be like the Frankenstein game or something. Is it Bram Stoker's Dracula? Version 2, Bram Stoker's Dracula?
You got it.
Yeah.
You got there, bud.
All right. So there was a rare update to Bram Stoker's Dracula. It says version 2 on the front of it. And Johnny has a graded copy because he's just such a huge fan of this game.
Yep. I do love Dracula more than most people. Vampires are my favorite monsters. Vampires and zombies. I go back and forth. But the 2.0 is also available in the Mary Shelley's Frankenstein Dracula 2-pack. But this is a standalone copy of Bram Stoker's Dracula on the Sega CD. And it's got a little sticker on the front that says version 2.0.
And do you know what the version differences are?
I don't remember. I think it was some language updates, some bug fixing. But
it does have that sticker, doesn't it?
It does. And when you're at this point in the Sega CD librarian. I look, I put a lot of work into Sega CD, and it's just like a weird, dumb variant, and I like it. So when one was available, I jumped on it, and you agree, you like it too. So
I do like it. And you know what, Johnny? I don't
you
get
would
a chance to talk about Snatcher, and maybe there's someone who doesn't know what Snatcher is and why it's so beloved in Sega CD circles. It is, in fact, a visual novel from Hideo Kojima. It is the most cyberpunk thing that's ever been made. It is a complete ripoff of Blade Runner and Terminator, but that's what makes it awesome. You played the fucking junker who is going around and killing the whatever you call the body snatchers from Blade Runner. Cyborgs that look like humans, and you wear a big brown trench coat and carry a big gun, and you have a little robot buddy that follows you around, and his name's Metal Gear. Because Kojima's cute like that.
You can also play the chibi version of Snatcher on the MSX, which is wild and weird. I still want a copy of that. I don't own one.
So SD Snatcher, I think that's an RPG though. That's an RPG remake of Snatcher. Very expensive game too. It's like a $500 computer game. There's one that keeps showing up on Yahoo, but it's like not in good enough condition. Like I kind of want an SD Snatcher. Up there with the like best box art of all time. It's just a photograph of toy figurines of the characters of Snatcher, which is just so fucking weird and adorable. And of course they have like the big anime heads.
Yep. You can also get Snatcher on the MSX if you want, but SD Snatcher.
PC-88, I believe, is the first release. It's getting up there in price. It's not $40 anymore.
Not cheap. Yep. Yeah, these used to be cheap because they were Japanese and like, oh, only these English ones are expensive. Now it's not true anymore.
So back in my day, Johnny, 20 years ago, Snatcher was an expensive game. It was $500 for a Snatcher.
Holy shit.
And now Snatcher is like $1,200. So what you should have done, you should have opened an account on Vanguard.com and put that money in the S&P 500, and that would have been a better investment than buying Snatcher 20 years ago.
Absolutely.
But it's brought me more happiness than that money has, I think.
Okay. You ready to get into Super Nintendo?
Yeah, I don't hate your Sega CD picks. Good picks.
Oh, okay, thank you. And that's it. I for as much fondness as I have collecting that, I felt like I showed good restraint only keeping it to 3. We're going to go with Super Nintendo, but a PAL game first.
It's the purple box thing.
Castlevania Vampire's Kiss, because Vampire's Kiss is a cool name.
That's the one.
That's my first one. But I have another PAL game on here.
Oh no, Days Before Christmas.
No, that almost made my list, but that's a good guess because you know I like to post Christmassy stuff.
I sure do. Another PAL game? I have no idea what it is then.
You will if you think about it.
No, PAL Super Nintendo games. What the hell matter? I'm sorry, no, I'm not dissing Europe for once. I just can't think of something that we would care about besides that Vampire's Kiss.
Think about a time that we were together.
Oh,
and we played.
It's a game we played together.
Yep.
Oh, it's the Fireman. Oh, that game rules. It is.
And it's kind of expensive. So it's collectible and expensive, and it's kind of awesome. And unique.
We have a great memory tied to it.
We do, and I like nostalgia picks, and I will now always have nostalgia for this game.
Excellent. I like it, Johnny.
All right. Those are my 2 PAL games. Okay, I've got Chrono Trigger on my list because it's Chrono Trigger.
Crazy.
We don't need. I've got Earthbound on my list because it's Earthbound.
Woo!
And like, if you are a collector, you just kind of got to put an Earthbound on your shelf and point it and be like, "Yeah, I got Earthbound."
It's the reason I bought her. I wasn't even collecting Super Nintendo when I bought Earthbound. I just like woke up one day and I'm like, I'm a video game collector. I'm like supposed to own this, right? Turned out to be a great decision financially.
Yeah. You want to be able to point at that thing and be like, "Yep," and I did. And I love Earthbound. I have actually played it during the era. So, cause I was playing all these weird RPGs. My cousin Will and I played the shit out of this. He played it first and then introduced it to me. after we played Secret of Mana. Secret of Mana didn't make my list. Sorry, Secret of Mana. Seiken Densetsu for those cultured individuals. Anyways, Earthbound. I got Final Fantasy 2 on here. You've heard my story about Final Fantasy 2. It's a very important game to me. I spent a lot of time and effort on it. Also, I love Final Fantasy, so it made my list.
Did perhaps Final Fantasy 3 make your list because you can't resist completing a set?
Final Fantasy 3 is on my list, right next to it. Also, I think Final Fantasy is probably the superior game. Excellent game. I didn't put Final Fantasy 7 on my list, though. So I did resist going all the way on it. I just ran out of room for Final Fantasy 7.
I swear to God, if Final Fantasy 7 was named Final Fantasy 4, you would have put it on your list.
Yes, absolutely. 100%. It saved me from itself. So yeah, Final Fantasy 3, like I said, I think technically a better game. More going on for sure. I like the story of 2 better, but man, Final Fantasy 3 is a classic. This is not a diss on 3. I love them both. They're both on my list of 100 games I would keep and enjoy, and I've played multiple times both of them. You know what else is on my list? DK Competition, because I have the competition cart, and yeah, that's a cool thing.
You got the green Blockbuster box on that?
I do, and it goes with my Blockbuster World Champion.
Woo!
Chips. Woo!
Is the box on that worth more than the cartridge? I feel like the box prices for Donkey Kong Competition are ridiculous.
I don't know. They just like, I don't know. There were varied editions that they put out, like just like plain paper printouts that went in there. Like the quality is all over. I've seen like 3 or 4 of them. Like I don't even know how to tell a fake on those because like the quality was never the same. It was like all weird and bad. It was like a 90s printer in a like VHS box. Terrible. The boxes are always trashed.
I don't trust grading companies for this stuff. Like that is a game I would want graded, so at least in my mind, like someone has looked at that insert and determined it's real. So,
but I don't trust I don't trust having one for as long as I've had one, for them to look at it and be like, that's fake. Like what? Like how do you like? What would tell you? Because I don't know if the sample size is great enough for them to be like, yeah, we definitely know what all these are supposed to look like. Maybe they do. Maybe my fear is unfounded.
Yeah, I just don't know. So the problem is basically with this thing. So the cartridge, it's like a $3,000 cartridge now. Let me see. Yeah, it's like $3,000. And then the ones with the box are like $7,000 or $8,000. So it is more than double to get it with the box. But the green Blockbuster box itself is worthless. It's just a Blockbuster case. You can get one for $25, a Super Nintendo Blockbuster. It's generic. So the thing that makes it go from $3,000 to $7,000 is literally something printed in an inkjet printer and shoved in this generic case. It's like stressful to me thinking about it.
It is. And like someone could walk in and be like, that's fake. And how would you even fight it? You're like, I guess, what do you want me to say?
Limited to 2,500 copies. It's cool. I'm just saying, like, I was talking about like how I see things on a shelf. Like if I saw the Space Adventure on your shelf, I'm like, who the fuck cares about the Space Adventure? But if you have Donkey Kong Country Competition cartridge in the like box, man, I think you're a cool collector.
Well, we gotta speed up. We're only at like 80 tower. We gotta go. We're gonna be over 3 hours.
We skipped a whole episode. People want the long episodes here.
But this list, like as much as this is like a nostalgia, it also sounds like a weird brag list now, and I kind of feeling weird about that.
Whatever,
like,
Johnny. We've been collecting games for 20 years. Both of us have some stuff. Okay, we've been around.
I just don't want people to read it like that. It's just like if I had to, the exercise was to keep my stuff. I just happen to have stuff.
The way to cover your ass, just be like, yeah, I bought this in 2009. It was $500. It was a huge purchase for me at the time.
It was a thoughtful purchase at the time. Next to it, also a thoughtful purchase. I got it from my friend Richard because he had one. He was one of these people that ordered it. He played it with his brother. Star Fox Weekend cart.
For whatever, I mean, I guess not for whatever reason, but like nowhere near the prominence.
No.
What did I buy mine for? Like Super Weekend. I think. What are these worth now?
2,000 ish, I think.
2,000. All right, never mind. I thought I got one for like a couple hundred, but I think I paid a lot for mine.
I don't know. You probably got it for a good deal.
Not as cool. No, because I bought mine. No, I guess I bought mine right when Wada was becoming a thing. I was like working on my SNES set, and I didn't consider this part of the set. I was kind of like with myself, like, come on, if you're collecting SNES games, just go get it. What are you doing?
Max did not make my list. Sorry, Max.
I'm sorry. Star Fox Super Weekend went sold for $3,000 at auction last month. Damn, that was more than the Donkey Kong competition sold for. The last Donkey Kong competition. Oh, it's because the new Star Fox games are coming out.
And he was in the movie.
Okay. Oh, that's so weird. That pop culture affects such a weird collectible. All right.
Yeah. All right. Super Castlevania's on my list.
Yeah. Oh man, that didn't even make my list.
Yep.
I'm so
Weird.
excited about that. You know how much I love that game.
I know. Super Mario World. We talked about it on your episode. Super Metroid. We talked about it on your episode. We don't need to go. Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past.
Oh, we
I
didn't
love
talk
that
about
game.
that one on my episode because that one didn't make my list, Johnny.
No, but I love that game. Make sure you get the tips and tricks. Make sure you got the map. You want it pre-ESRB. You want kids to adults on there? No, pre.
No ESRB at all, right?
No, yeah, no. On the cart, there's there's
okay.
different editions that say like kids to adult ESRB, before ESRB. But you want the blank one.
Johnny, or you could get the player's choice because I think the box looks better actually. No,
Okay.
that's another wrong opinion, just like thinking that the yellow Metroid box looks better. Get out of here with your player's choice Link to the Past.
I mean, we don't have to go on too much. It's fucking Zelda. And I've already talked about how much I like Zelda. Here's one that I know you're going to love on my list. It's Zombies Ate My Neighbors with the alt art box.
I mean, all right. It is really collectible, I guess.
It's collectible. It meets my Halloween criteria. I have long loved this and talked about it. I talked about it for a long time before, like, fucking Limited Run, and everybody got on their bike about this thing and brought it into
I'm
a
saying
different
you
hype
caused
zone.
Limited Run to reprint this box, Johnny. It was all you, actually.
I doubt that. We have not ever really spoken highly of them, so it's yeah. All right, Tyler, I have one more Super Nintendo game on my list. And
You said
it
Mario World
is-
already, right?
Yeah, Super Mario World, Super Metroid, Super Castlevania.
All right, we got Mario, Metroid, Castlevania, and Zelda. Oh
Yep,
man!
we
Oh,
did
it better be Mario Kart, the absolute S tier collectible
No.
that everyone doesn't think.
No Mario Kart.
This is bullshit. This
for
list
the
is
Super
bullshit.
Nintendo. I know. I got a Mario Kart on here. Don't worry about it.
Oh no,
Um,
not the Wii U one.
So I have an Addams Family. I've got a weird variant of the Addams Family that I can't talk about yet, but it's on my list.
What do you mean you can't talk about it?
I promised I wouldn't. It was a gift.
And you're not allowed. That was part of the terms of the gift. Is it because someone is
Yep.
still searching for their own copy of it?
I know it was. They said I could talk about it at Halloween, and I agreed. And whoever is hearing this will know that made my list of things I'd keep. Thank you.
I've seen the copy of this game actually. It is
Yes, you-
in a graded plastic video game prison. You're never going to play this copy of the Addams Family.
Nope.
All right, I can't wait till October to hear about this.
Yep. And then I have one Super Famicom game on here. And just because it's a Lovecraftian horror RPG, and it's also on multiple systems, but it's Love Place No Ma. It's a very cool RPG. If you haven't checked it out, the Super Nintendo version is unique. There, you can also get on the PC-88. There's one on the TurboGrafx CD. I should say PC Engine CD, not TurboGrafx. It's a very cool, interesting Lovecraftian. You pick and craft your party with people with different talents, which is not unlike any RPG, but this is specifically horror. This is a real interesting game. I like it a lot. There are patches that you can get to play this game. I recommend it. Go check it out. It's a good one. I haven't finished it all the way. I've been trying to get through it, but I haven't gone back to it in like 4 months. I should try that again. But yeah, cool game. kind of expensive.
La Place Noma.
La Place
Place
Noma.
Noma? How do you pronounce this?
No, I say place, but it's probably Place. You know,
All
I
right.
think it's no palace or whatever. You know, who knows what the translation is? My weak American English cannot stand up to foreign languages.
Guys, the one Super Famicom game worth owning, La Place Noma.
There's
A horror
definitely more than
RPG.
that, but that I own it as part of my Halloween stuff. I wanted to keep it. I'm not saying it's a top tier. Is this like game 99 or 100 on my list? Probably. I mean, there's a couple that I would put in that range. Again, I could be talked out of it, but it made it for now.
All right.
Okay. If I had different ones, that would, again, part of it is I own it. All right. You ready for my one TurboGrafx 16 game?
It is Magical Chase because we got all the top
Yes,
stuff in the sets.
Yep. Magical Chase. Are you ready for my two TurboGrafx CD games?
Oh no. These are both wrong. Beyond Shadowgate
Yes.
is one. And then what's the other one?
Super Air Zonk.
No. Do you love that game or is that just collectible?
I like it, and it is a game that I beat with Stefan while at his house one day.
Okay.
And I beat Beyond Shadowgate with you.
Yeah. Memories with me. How could I argue against those?
So Beyond Shadowgate and Super Air Zonk with some hosts. So I love that. So they make my list. I would love
I don't
to
know.
see
I
them on my
played
shelf.
Arkista's Ring with you. That wouldn't make my collection.
That's Arkista's Ring isn't making my list. These are also, I like Shadowgate, so there's some stuff going on there.
You could probably put Pac-Man 2: The New Adventures. I played that with you, Johnny.
I'm not.
Experience.
That's not making. Look, I think everybody should play Pac-Man 2: The New Adventure and experience it. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
It's hell of a game. I have a PC Engine CD game on my list, and you've already actually mentioned it. And so I will just tell you that it is Dead of the Brain 1 and 2, the Nightmare Edition. So what this is they compiled these two games. They were PC 88 games and 98. They are both, you can get them both individual. They were, they're made by Fairy Tale. They are known for their cool art, the cool pixel art that they did at the time. Very graphic, definitely R-rated. Some of that stuff got censored. And this is basically Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, kind of spoof remake. Not spoof remake, inspired by it is what I should say. And it's a cool game. There is a translation patch for it available now. I don't know if it works for this one or just for the PC 88 versions. It's an interesting game. I like it. Watch a video. Pretty cool. It's also very expensive.
Yes. I like that the developer Fairy Tale makes erotic games for computers, and then they stopped to make these two games, and then they went back to making erotic games after this.
Yeah, I have a few Fairy Tale games. They made like one weird Dracula game that I talked about one year. Super weird. Like, oh man. It's like, oh, this is Dracula. Oh, and porn. Okay. All right. I got one Virtual Boy game on here.
Jack Bros. We're getting the top stuff on each set.
That's it. Jack Bros.
And it's a Halloween game. I mean, it's a double pick for you.
Yep. Yeah, Jack Bros. Shin Megami Tensei. In that whole series, it's got a little pumpkin. You got Jack Frost. What's the other one? Jack Frost, Jack Pumpkin, and
beats me. I don't even remember text boxes being in this game. It's just like a little sort of maze game.
I also had Innsmouth no Yakata sitting there. Like, ooh, I would really like to put that one on there because it's such a weird Lovecraftian horror, especially on the Virtual Boy. It didn't quite make the cut. It's in my regret pile. And the next three you're gonna hate, and they are 3 Wii U games.
Oh no, you don't. You have both Nintendo, the freaking the New York City exclusives, both of them.
Both of them.
A
Hyrule
list
Warriors
of 100 video games, and you're telling me Hyrule Warriors on the Wii U is gonna be on this list?
and Mario Kart 8.
Those are the ones. Only released, what are they, limited to like 1,000, 1,500 each?
500 or something. I don't know.
500, jeez.
People make up the number. They are expensive. They are top franchises. It's a Zelda and it's a Mario. Also, I put in a lot of work on like making the Wii U list. It was like one of these weird consoles that I collected while it was going on. There was this whole Wii U collecting madness because it was such a small set. Gonna be the next Saturn, was once stupidly said, maybe by my lips. So yeah, I feel some kind of way about the Wii U. I think it's an interesting console. I always liked the gamepad, actually. I thought that was a cool accessory. I thought it fit well in my hands for how big it actually was. Yeah, and I think these two games are cool to put on your shelf. I don't recommend anyone run out and buy them, but I already own them, so that's what it is. I
don't hate them, even though Hyrule Warriors is dumb. It's like on the list of rarest Zelda things, even if it is Hyrule Warriors. Not many Zelda games are genuinely limited, so it is up there. And then Mario Kart 8, I've already kind of extolled how important I think Mario Kart is, and Mario Kart 8 is the most played Mario Kart game, and this is the best version, or like the best version to collect. So, I mean, it is something.
Yep.
I think Mario Kart is better than Hyrule Warriors, though.
Okay. I can see that. All right. You can tell me if this one doesn't count. This is number 99. Are you ready for number 99?
Here we go.
Batman, 1989. It's really 1990. Pinball by Data East. I love this thing.
I would have put more pinball on my list if we were doing this. So the only reason it sneaks by is because it has a dot matrix display and it has a video mode, which means in a technical definitional sense, it is a video game.
I'm fine if we disqualify this one. I would pick other things. Obviously, it would never fit on a shelf. I just like my Batman pinball machine quite a bit. You know that. My wife does not like it.
I got like 8 arcade games on my list.
Yeah. Like, look, if I was picking out pinballs, like if I could only pick out one, I would tell people the thing they should probably own is probably Twilight Zone. I love Batman 89 because that's my nostalgia pick. But yeah, Twilight Zone, hell of a pinball machine. I also really like, I like the Elvira's quite a bit, but yep, this is the one I own and this is the one I've chose. So the last game that makes my list.
Have you played Monster Bash?
I have.
I mean, you should you should go get a Monster Bash. They remade it. There's like a newish one you can go get if you don't want to like go fix old 90s shit. So if you don't know Monster Bash, if people listening, it's a pinball machine with all the Universal monsters. It's got like the Bride of Frankenstein, the Mummy, Creature from the Black Lagoon, all mashed up into one game. And it is considered, it's kind of like this crown jewel of the 90s type game that had all the bells and whistles put into it, all the best designers, all the best art. It's up there with like kind of Medieval Madness as like the most iconic, and Attack from Mars, most iconic 90s pinball machines.
So your 90s pinball, you don't forget, you got Twilight Zone and Addams Family and Monster Bash, Medieval, and Indiana Jones. Did I miss any?
Addams Family is the beginning of the 90s. That's like kind of the beginning of the resurgence, up there with like Terminator 2 when it was getting really popular. And then all of the mechanical and rules expertise that they learned by making all the games you just talked about, they put into Monster Bash. It's kind of like the culmination of everything they learned about making pinball machines in the 90s before we moved on to a stupid new era of pinball. Go get it. Monster Bash is a good game.
If I had a warehouse, I would have all these sitting in there. The last game that made my list, actually I'm 98. I forgot I skipped one. City of Heroes, Tyler. City of Heroes makes my list.
Wow. So that was the last one you kind of threw in there at the end. All right.
Yeah. And well, it's 99 and then Portal 2. After we talked, I had to move stuff down.
We made a few adjustments to the list. What got cut so Portal 2 could get on here?
So Nintendo game. Super Mario 2 and 3 had fallen out. Final Fantasy Halo got moved down. Mike Tyson's Punch Out didn't make my list, though it was close. So like my regret list, and it's like 8 games long, just very quickly. Innsmouth no Yakuza is at the very bottom of it. Halo, Final Fantasy 7, Super Mario 2 and 3, Mike Tyson's Punch Out, WoW, um, City of Heroes wound up being bumping in, and Modern Warfare 2. I don't think City of Heroes kind of just gets in, but I don't. There's not like a good collectible version of that. WoW, I don't have like a good collectible version of WoW either. I just
You got
have
the pre-order
my
thing.
pre-order bundle.
That thing's
So
all right.
like
I like the pre-order.
I think as a collectible, I would rather own the WoW pre-order over my random City of Heroes thing. So I would actually switch those places, and City of Heroes would get bumped out. But I just love those games, and I put a lot of hours into those. Same with like Modern Warfare 2. Like that's kind of representing Call of Duty for me, is just all the hours I put in that. I would like Super Mario 3 to be in there. I would like Final Fantasy 7 to be in there. There are things that could definitely cut out. Like I would probably cut Kid Icarus to put Final Fantasy 7 in if I was being more reasonable. And I should find room for at least Halo, but I don't have a good I don't have like a sealed first edition Halo. So that's why Halo got bumped out. It wasn't because I didn't think it was important. It was just like, I don't have like a super great version to justify keeping in here.
Do you want a launch team exclusive, not for resale Halo? I have an extra from Canada.
I do. Sure. I would love that. I would love to have a
Bring
good
that
Halo
to
to
you.
own. So, yeah, that's it. I know you had some complaints, but again, if considering the parameters I put around it, I think my list makes sense to me and what my collecting journey is.
Yep, yours was a very Johnny list.
Yep. Like I know you want to cut Punisher for sure. You're probably throwing away that Splatterhouse LCD.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty Johnny pick. I just think like you don't care about the Punisher. You're not like a Punisher guy. You just like the stupid tattoo, and we already have stupid
I do.
inserty
you're
kind
right.
of stuff.
Look, you're right. Like again, part of this, we were assembling it, and I was like, oh man, I got to like really get this thing down, cutting things, and things got left done. I definitely could have, like, if I had to make this list again, there's definitely things that would get shifted around.
Well,
Oh,
Jim,
the other thing, the big box Lego Jurassic Park got bumped out
good.
for the Wii U. But that's a very rare, interesting item, and it's Lego, and I wanted to have one good Lego collectible because I love Lego.
I mean, you've got the best edition of like, you got the Super Monkey Ball Step and Roll double pack on the Wii. No one's got that, and you've got that Ben 10 DS game, 1 of 1, super rare. No one has that variant.
It's true.
It's silly.
All right, Tyler, that's it. That's it for my list. We already did the thing we talked about in the Discord. Nothing has changed. So we're going to skip that part. But do we want to answer a question?
If the next PlayStation and Xbox launch at $1,000, do you think console video games will mostly be dead? Asks Clearvis.
Whew. Yes. I think I mean, it's going to depend what the market looks like. Everything has gotten so expensive. People become accustomed to paying high prices, but I think you're going to find it very hard to convince moms and dads to then go spend $80 or $100 on games for their kids. Yeah, I think if it tries to be $1,000 and consoles are supposed to be still for kids and they're going to be the primary people buying up games, that's going to be a hard sale. If they think it's for adults, then maybe you can get away with it. But yeah, I think $1,000 would be a killer, and I would expect Nintendo to come in under that and be like, look, we're still the friendly family system. So I think PS4 and Xbox could try that, but I think Nintendo would take their lunch money.
Yeah, and because I think Nintendo is basically for kids, but I think like PlayStation and Xbox, their target audience has moved up from like teenagers to essentially adults, and I'm sure teenagers and stuff buy this stuff too. But like fucking $900 for a PS5, the next generation is going to be $1,000. We lived through 3DO was like $600 or $700 in the 90s, like very clearly 3DO. And Neo Geo cost more than $1,000 in their day. PlayStation 3 was $600 in 2006, 2007 or something. And that like after inflation, like PlayStation 3 was probably around $1,000. People just got to get used to the fact that inflation is here, especially with like the current chip shortage and stuff we have.
Yuck.
Yeah,
Dislike.
we're doomed. You know where there will always be cheap games? On SNES 9X on your Super Nintendo emulator, man. Any
There's
device
so
you
many
own can
games.
probably play any video game up to like the PS2, no problem. And there are a lot of video games made between 1970 and 2005, man. You won't get bored.
Yeah, there's plenty of good games. We remember when we did that like 50 games or whatever you could buy that are like $5 or $10. Those games haven't gone up that much in value. You can still go buy those.
I'm sorry, Koei Jesus. Who is Tiger Wolf? I'm sorry, I'm Tiger Wolf. You're just Tiger Wolf to me. I mean, you're a lot of things to me. You're my Koei Jesus. He asks, "Are you tired of collecting?"
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. But I still love it. Doesn't matter if I'm tired of everything. I'm an old man. I'm old man tired.
Fucking hate this shit. I've been trapped by my brain, dude.
Yeah, I am a slave to my hobbies, and like I will be cruising along thinking I am good, and then something in my brain will activate, and I'm like, well, if there's gonna go spend $1,000, that seems reasonable. Let me go find stuff that's cool. My brain's just like, now we're working on it. I don't know, it just happens.
I've been doing a better job. I'm over here trying to actively break the cycle. I have had a few big ticket purchases that have broken that, but I'm not over here buying like random $50, $100 games anymore at all. I'm basically buying nothing anymore. Both for financial reasons because I'm very worried about my job, and yeah, I have too much stuff. I need to get rid of it. And you know what I've always said on the show, and you have agreed with me, it is a lot harder to sell stuff than to just click buy it now and it shows up at your house. And just like, God damn, I've got like 50 Sega Genesis games I want to get through this weekend just listing on eBay. And I'm instead of doing that, I procrastinated and I recorded 2 extremely long podcasts with you, Johnny.
Yep,
Take all the
good times.
pictures, and then I'm like a good seller, so I got to be like, oh, there's some sun fading, like kind of on the spine, like most people can't really tell, but like I would be disappointed if I got this in the mail, so I'm gonna tell you about it, and then no one's gonna bid on my shit. So, yeah, I guess I'm tired of collecting.
Yeah. Look, I have a bunch of stuff that I need to sell, need to get rid of. But also collecting has changed too. So the stuff that I feel like really mediocre about, it's because it's all really mediocre. So what am I going to sell it? Like who's buying that stuff? I mean, there's still an audience. Like I think you can still move stuff on Whatnot. I still think eBay is kind of like, I think people on Whatnot still can't resist a deal, but also they're going to pay less. So it just depends what you're comfortable with letting go and what you're willing to take. There's ways to move things. I have all these manuals, Tyler, to get through. I've been going through so many manuals. I may just the first box. I hit the second box. I got it all on the table, and I'm just like, okay. First box was easy because it was like it made sense, but this box is just random bullshit. I forgot how many manuals were in the slot.
That seller came back with more manuals this year. You could have bought another huge box of manuals.
Instead, Josh Byerly bought it. And he got to sell manuals. And he got some good stuff.
I know he did get some good stuff. He said you missed a lot.
I did. And that Mega Man manual was in there.
All right.
I could have that for $2.
Those are our 2 questions. I mean, I'm not, what are you buying? What are you playing? We're recording this 5 minutes after the last podcast.
Let's see. What else did I buy? I bought a couple of, you'll hate this. I bought a couple of Switch games from Michael Pitt. He was doing a Whatnot stream. So I picked those up. It was like Katamari Damacy and, what's it called? Shovel Knight. I was like, yeah, those are cool games. I wouldn't mind owning those. So I grabbed that and Shovel then like a walk.
What are you talking about? Oh, wait, for the Switch?
Yeah, for the Switch.
Why? Why?
I don't know. I like Shovel Knight. I was also doing a Whatnot stream. It's like, oh, let me throw some bids at this thing. And I got a Walking Dead, the complete series for the PS3 from him to go into the Halloween collection. So good pickups. That's what I bought.
Cool. I don't know if I talked about this on the show, but Johnny, I got the second print variant of Portopia Serial Murder Case, a game I think I own probably 7 copies of. and I don't think I own the first print yet. It's like a $50. It's not the first visual novel. But it's maybe it's like up there it's like the first visual novel that matters. Maybe it's an Enix game for PC 6601 and or PC 6001, and the variant is that it says PC 6001 and PC 6601 on the side of the box. Pretty cool. I know everybody loves the Portopia serial murder case. I believe Nintendo released this on like Switch Online or something. Or maybe I'm just crazy. Did it not?
Don't know.
All right. I don't know. It's Yuji Horii game. He's a Dragon Quest guy.
Pretty cool.
Yuji Horii, a Dragon Quest guy. He made Dragon Quest a somewhat popular video game franchise.
Yeah, people like it. I may have put a few on my list. All right, Tyler. That's it. Playing, I don't know. Did I play anything? I don't think so. Did I play Diablo? I think I did play a minute or two of Diablo since
Hell yeah. In the time between the last episode and this episode, did you think of a game that you, me, and Ada could all play?
I didn't, but Carly would love it if you played Pocopia.
I don't have a Switch 2, Johnny.
You can play it on Switch 1.
No, it can't. That's only if you have a Switch 2 to download it from.
Get Ada a Switch 2, you have a Switch 1. Then she can share it to you on a Switch 1.
I'm not playing fucking Pocopia. I've got things to do with my life. Do you know how much fucking Animal Crossing New Horizons was played in this household? An unreasonable amount of Animal Crossing New Horizons was played in this household by both of us. I do not have enough bubbles left on my life bubble chart to dedicate to another cozy fucking Switch life sim.
I would love to see Ada play some Pocopia with Carly.
I mean, it'll happen.
JD plays too. They can all play together.
Is it like annoying like Animal Crossing? Because Animal Crossing visiting your friends was like the most annoying, tedious process. But kind of everything in Animal Crossing is super annoying and tedious.
I don't know. I've never played it, bud. I see them play and I'm like, okay, wow, they caught a Charizard. That's weird. Also, it's like this weird post-apocalyptic world. Pocopia is weird.
I do like how dark it is. All right, we got anything else in this episode, Johnny? What is this?
No, that's it. That's it, guys.
We've been recording like 7 or 8 hours today.
Yeah, I hope that list didn't come off sounding like weirdly braggy or something. Was not the intent.
You're allowed to own stuff. You're a collector. And please, you didn't even say like Nintendo World Championships or sealed games. If you had sealed games, everyone would hate you. But these are just like normal games that you had. It was obviously a very personal list.
Yes. So, but we've gotten comments before that, like we sound like that's like, no, we are mental rejects who have made a lot of bad choices. Okay. And this list is a testament to that. And we're going to keep doing it because we can't help ourselves. Anyways, if you can't help yourself and you want to talk to us and tell us the best things we should be seeing in our Discord and asking us questions, you can do that by going to patreon.com/collectorsquest for $4 or $5. Again, I can't remember because I don't check. And you get access to our Discord and our bonus episodes, and you get to ask us all these questions and stuff. We hope to see you there. If not, just keep supporting us the way you have been. Like and subscribe or something. I don't know. Episodes come out on YouTube as well.
Wait, before you stop, Johnny.
Whoa.
Does your magical chase have the outer box?
Yes.
Oh, it does. Oh, shit. I thought I was going to cut you down to size here. Oh, damn. You got a fancy magical chase. All right, never mind. Johnny's bougie. Fuck that guy.
Okay, sorry. I bought it separately.
Okay.
Apologies. Yeah. So that's it for the show. We appreciate everybody who stays with us. We will be back to a regular cadence now that Tyler is well and I'm not burning down. All right, that's it for the show. Thank you so much. Bye.